8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's another Sunday night with the Gastlecast, and this time you're also getting K-Dog and Fish all the way from Canada. Hello, guys.
Heyo!
What
is up?
What's up? Oh, man, I'm so happy that you guys are finally here. We've been talking about this since, I think, New York Comic Con last year.
A while.
Yeah, it's been
Forever.
a long time. Yeah, it's been too long.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for being here. Look, before we jump into it, everybody, you already know, I'm sure most of you, that we have a brand new exclusive from Mischief Toys coming tomorrow. Who's excited? In the comment section, give us a little bit of love. We have a brand new plush, a Skeleton Ghastly plush. He's coming. And Heather, do you have him?
Do you want to see him?
Yes.
I wasn't asking you. I was asking them.
I'm just telling you how I'm
Do
feeling.
it. Do it.
There he is. Look at that.
Nice.
Skeleton Ghastly plush is here. I'm super stoked.
So amazing. So he is embroidered in the teeth, the eyes, and his rib cage and belt. He's so freaking cute. And he comes with a skeleton plush pin.
There he is. Look at that. You'll get both the plush and the pin. They'll be on sale tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Is it 10:30 a.m.?
12 p.m.
Is it 12 p.m.?
Eastern.
Oh, shit. 12 p.m. Eastern. They're going to get crazy. I better not fuck that up.
Well, you sort of did.
So you'll be able to get your Skeleton Ghastly plush to go, if possibly, with your Skeleton Ghastly vinyl figure. You'll have them both together. It's going to be excellent. I cannot wait to see the photos of the two paired up and you wearing your pin. Does anybody wear their pins?
Me.
Really? For real?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't wear my pin. Ever.
I wear them to our cons.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Yep.
Yeah, we should be wearing our pins more often, Heather. I don't know.
So our friend at Funko News Canada suggested a name.
That son of a bitch.
I know, he's crazy. He
Yeah.
suggested that we change our names this evening. So for the evening, we are not the Gastlecast. We are H-Dog and Gast.
Oh.
Okay.
So
All right.
All right. Let's
to
Okay.
go to
I
match
like it.
to match K-Dog and Fish.
I like it. Go. All
does,
right.
does he get paid for comedy? Because he probably shouldn't.
Yeah, he
No,
does
That's
a
not,
lot.
That's not a very good joke,
I love it.
Heather. That's that you're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
It was my
Look,
favorite
Heather,
thing.
let's put that away.
I
Let's not bring
scraped
it out
it.
again.
I scraped it 5 years ago when I married
All
you.
right.
Anyway, let's continue.
When you married me. All right.
There we go.
Well,
Ew.
let's get right
Hey,
into
do we
it.
sound okay? Because we always fuck up sound.
You
You
sound
sound
amazing.
amazing to us.
You sound amazing. You sound like you say. If I close,
Because we're not using those mics.
We're not using the mics. Our mics always cut in and out.
if I
so we're
close my
screwed.
eyes, if I close
We'll
my
just yell.
eyes, I feel like I'm listening to the radio. You guys have radio voices. We don't.
Oh, well, he
Yeah,
actually was.
I
a DJ.
was a radio disc jockey.
Oh my
that
God.
That's actually, you are correct.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I knew it. I could tell. I could just tell
Years
just from the
and
voice.
years
Yeah.
and years.
That's amazing. Look,
Yeah,
let's
good time.
let's jump right into it. You guys have been doing the YouTube thing for a while now. I've seen your name for a very long time. How long have you guys been doing this?
I think we've been doing the channel for 4 years.
4 years, sure, maybe.
It really kind of came to a head last year in May. We did a show that we were kind of getting fed up as retailers. A lot of people don't know that we opened a Funko shop in Canada for Canadian collectors. We were the first to do it.
Yeah.
That was
Solely
Funko.
Wow.
And we wanted to do YouTube to complement that, to talk about the community and talk about drops and then we were getting to a boiling point with Funko in Canada, how it's distributed, how
it's all bad.
it was just a nightmare. So we did a show called Funko like Hates Canada, something like that.
Yeah.
And it was like a peek behind the curtain as a Canadian retailer for what's really going on in Canada with Funko. And that video blew up and got shared by a lot of Funko content creators. And we just kind of took off from there. So we've been doing the YouTube for a while, but that video really kind of opened everyone's eyes.
Yeah, we're pretty opinionated. We're actually just like you guys.
That's
we all share
We
the
tell
same,
it like it is.
Yeah,
that's funny that you say that, because that's sort of what I picked up, through you guys, is that you're not sucking the Funko teat as many do, which is understandable. A lot of YouTubers do it because they want to have a relationship with Funko. They want to see some sort of outcome in which they can work with Funko and do things with Funko, and it happens sometimes. It really does. But in my point of view, I'm not going to speak for both of us, but my point of view is, if I were to sit in front of the camera and I'm filming my feelings about something, I have to tell my real feelings about it. I can't make something up and talk about how great everything is. Like, as an example, I'm sure most people are going to cringe when I say this, but Project Fred, as an example, there were times where we first started discussing it. I'm like, it probably isn't that bad. There are people out there who are, would be interested in this. They have the cash flow in which they can buy these things, and it's a higher end item and this and that. And over the last couple of weeks that I've been, having that thought, drilled into my head, I've realized that I am so wrong. I don't know what they're doing. It is so off the rails. It almost seems like whoever's running Funko or coming up with these bright ideas is just straight up drunk. But I love the fact that, and I just went off on a tangent. But
they had a room somewhere.
Yeah.
What was that joke?
In the parking garage.
In the parking garage.
Just smoking weed on folding chairs and coming up with these ideas.
It'll be great.
We heard about Project Fred, and we were just like, who wants this? Who's asking for this?
Right.
We agree with you. We had the exact same thought.
Yeah.
This could be something cool for the collectors who can afford it with the Bob's Big Boy. But once you did Artist Series wrapped garbage, 2 of them, straight up, you should have done, and we said this on a show that we did about it, if you did the Bob's Big Boy Project Fred in old-timey Coca-Cola merch, the paper hat, the red smock, holding a classic bottle, that to me, go for it. But doing 2 of them, let's get $600 instead of $300.
And I still don't know if people really give a shit about Sprite.
That's a very good point. Who's talking about Sprite?
No, but people love collecting Coke memorabilia, but who gives a shit about Sprite? I don't even understand that. So I don't get it. I don't know.
Hashtag fuck Sprite. That's what this video is.
I'm just saying.
No, I mean, really. When you go to a party, do you ever just see Sprite?
No.
It's not that often you see Sprite show up.
I bought it for Thanksgiving because there's a lot of soda drinkers in our family. I brought Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Coke, Diet
Did
Coke,
anybody touch the Sprite? Did anybody touch it?
My point is, nobody drank the Sprite.
Oh, see?
Everything else, it wasn't even open.
Look at you, Heather.
There you go.
Because it's just 7-Up.
Right, exactly. Just coming in here, hot dog.
They're both exactly the same.
It was the Pepsi's answer to Coke's version of 7-Up was Sprite.
Sprite, yeah.
Or sorry,
no,
Sprite.
the other way around.
Yeah, the other way.
Yeah.
It's we got to do this.
Yeah, but who collects Sprite stuff?
Nobody. They're Coke merch collectors.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
Anyways, I don't know.
Anyway, it was dumb. But back to your original point, we are telling it like it is. We love Funko. We praise when they do something cool.
Yeah.
And we talk absolutely brutally honestly when they don't. And I hate, my biggest pet peeve is you're just always being negative. in the comments
Yeah.
on shows, and we're like, do you want us to be fake? Do you want us to lie and go, this is the greatest thing? They've made a full Sprite thing, 300 US. Please, God, make more of those.
Yeah.
Right.
No, we're going to tell you how we feel about it.
Well, the other problem too we laugh about is that we try to be positive, but Funko fucks up so many times every week.
Right.
Like every week they screw up.
It's hard to be on board with them when they make so many mistakes, and that's that's been our angle for many years. We've been sort of in that kind of the way of thinking that we should only we should talk about the things that we like. We should also talk about the things that we do not like and be very candid about it. But it just so happened that the things that we don't like were mounting more than the things that we did like. And people call us haters and we're horrible people and how your channel sucks and you're cringe well, I mean, we're cringe anyway. But they say all these different things about us. And now it's really funny because we started this a long time ago. And now it's sort of caught up to where people are agreeing with us. Because for a long time, people were not agreeing with us, right?
Yeah, they were like delusional. So one thing that if I'm a firm believer that like if you're fake about something, people can see that. Like I can totally tell when someone is not being genuine. So it would come across that way on the videos, and additionally, like people would then say, "Oh, well, you know, you guys are just saying that. You don't really feel that way." What do they call it when you're being dishonest for something? God, people use it all the fucking time.
Being dishonest?
No. Damn it, I'll come back around to it. I know.
Honestly, you guys,
Damn
the
it.
way that you talk with each other is why we sub to your channel. Like you guys are so funny with how you interact with each other as a married couple, and with people that actually have personalities and humor.
Oh crap! I got
sarcasm.
I got a funny story about that actually. It's offside though. Not offside, but it's off topic. I can tell it now or tell it at the end of the show. It's up to you guys.
No, shoot.
Tell it now.
Okay. All right. I found you guys like what, over a year ago, or so, and I kept telling Fish about you guys. I'm like, these guys are just like us, right? Like these guys are hilarious. They love Funko, but they also, you know, point out all the crap that Funko does that doesn't make any sense. Either way, regardless. So I watch you guys every morning. And my office is in the basement. Down in my basement, we have 2 rabbits live down there. I'm telling you a true story.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like fucking Dr. Doolittle.
My house is Dr. Doolittle. I'm not even kidding. So, anyways, my girlfriend, his daughter, they have these 2 rabbits, and they moved them down to the basement where my office is. So she comes down every morning, and she cleans the rabbits, feeds the rabbits, because I don't do it because I don't care. So, so I'm sitting there, and I'm in the office. And all I hear is her in the living room cleaning the rabbits, and she pokes her head in and she's like, "What the hell are you watching?" And I'm like, "What? I'm watching Gastlecast." And she's like, "Are you sure? Because they're talking about tickling their taints with feathers."
That was Heather. Yeah, of course.
And I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's Funko related. And she's like,
Sort of.
I'm like,
Sort of,
come on.
It's 90% Funko, 10% taint tickling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So whenever
exactly.
like Fish and I go a little offside, and we're like, maybe we shouldn't have said that. We're like, Gastlecast is up here. We're like here, you know. So it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, I think our content is, to be honest, we're the non-Funko channel because we have more fun talking about stupid shit and joking on each other, giving each other a hard time. And then the the product of Funko is sort of just a part of the show that we put on. And there are some days where we're like, man, there's really nothing to talk about. Like, what are we going to do? So we're like, you know what? Just pick the stupidest thing like that we can actually like look. Let's look at dish trackers and just see what he posted today. We'll talk about one of those things, and then you and I will just go off on a tangent.
Talk
about stupid shit. And let's just have a good time. And that's basically what we end up doing. And to be honest, my favorite thing to do is like, you guys remember me like fucking Unicron and doing all those things. Like those little slow motion intros, that's my favorite thing to do. Because I'll sit here and think about like, what can I do? What would be funny? What would be a fun opener? And what's cool about that is that every time we post something, they always say, this is the best intro you've ever made. And so every one that we've made, it's like, we keep doing, maybe, I don't know if we keep doing better and better, or if they don't remember the other ones. I don't know what the story is, but I just love that people are liking it. And honestly, I think that it hinders the channel a little bit, but that's fine, because what I'm after are the people who truly enjoy what we're doing, right? If it meant that we got like thousands or hundreds of thousands of views over us sitting here and blowing Funko on a daily basis, that's not what I want to do. What I want to do is have a good time, joke, bullshit, and do what I think is going to be funny, right? And most of the time, I think we hit the mark for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm mostly funny, but you know, it works. It works out.
I'm gonna say that I watched the show. I think it was 2 days ago or 3 days ago, where Heather was motioning how Jar Jar would be jerking off. And I think the Jar Jar jerk off is something that Heather invented. She should get credit for it.
She makes shirts.
Right? The Jar Jar jerk off.
Yeah.
I think has a nice ring to it.
You don't have to
That
worry
would be
about
so
Disney
fun.
suing you. They got enough crap on the go right now. Like, don't even worry about that. Like, they're up to their ass right now in the garbage. So
It's the
don't worry
same
about it.
motion. It's the same motion if you're trying to turn your bike and you're trying to do a full circle.
Yeah.
That's the same
Yeah.
motion that you're doing.
Do
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
My favorite,
On brakes, you get your brakes are on too.
I don't know what video it was or when we posted it, but it was when you said that you thought that I was fondling boobs, and then you got in my face like this.
Yeah,
I fucking lost it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought I was gonna die.
That was yesterday. That was yesterday.
yeah,
I never know. It's every single freaking day.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We make so much content. People will reach out to us, and I don't even know what they're talking about. Sometimes I feel horrible about it, but we just make so much. It's like hard for me to remember like what we've done. I like going back sometimes. I don't know about you guys. Do you ever go back and watch your old videos?
Not really.
No.
No.
Sometimes I go
It's
back.
mostly just a time thing, right?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, like I don't think people understand. Like, it's hard to do content. You know,
You guys do it
and
every
you guys
day.
do it every day, so it's insane respect to you guys, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause-
thanks.
yeah, you're right. Some days you got to make stuff up, right? You got to find something to talk about, right?
Absolutely.
We
It's
do
tough.
3 shows a week, and that to us is like the most we could possibly.
Yeah, and we do a
probably-
live show, and we do
Oh
like
yeah, we do a live show.
garage sales and stuff like that. So we're trying to do more of that, but to do it every day, I mean,
That's hats off to you.
That's
guys.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys are hilarious.
anyways,
Oh,
and
thank
you don't drag it. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
When I'm editing the footage, sometimes I'm like, man, some of it makes me like, oh, like I'm tired of editing it. We're talking too much, and I want there to be more fun. I gotta screw around with it, you know, a little bit more about how we do things. Because when I don't know about you guys, we sit in front of the camera and it's just blah. It's just everything.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
have to go through and edit it. Is it the same thing for you guys? Are you filming just everything?
We actually, it's funny how completely professionally organized the show is with no scripting.
yeah, but only because we brought in B Money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
We have
He
a
keeps us on track.
yeah, we have a new guy who does all our editing, all our recording, and he helps us out
Shout
with
out
everything.
to Beat Money.
B Money,
Wow.
call him B Money, and he keeps us on track. It's him and I. He's just like we just like you guys. We just start riffing, and he's like, "Can't use that. Can't use that. Can't use that. Can't use that."
Hey, move on.
He's like, "That's extremely offensive."
That's very funny. Well,
We're
so,
like, all right.
So let me. Okay, so that's something we're finding out about you. You guys have somebody who helps you with editing. That's actually very cool.
I was
thought-
doing it all myself, and it was too much between the business and everything else. I just couldn't also do the editing.
Yeah.
it was too much.
Yeah, I thought about trying to get somebody to edit for us, but for me personally, it's something that I get something from it, right? So I enjoy doing that. I enjoy the editing process, although sometimes it's grueling. And here recently, I've been doing like unedited footage. You guys say you watch the channel a lot, but that's what we've been focusing a lot on, is trying to do unedited content, which I'm really proud of that. And the reason why I'm proud of it, by the way, we're talking way too much about us. We got to ask more questions to you. But I'm really proud of it because
We're learning.
Heather and I are able to do all of that without editing, right? So we can go back and forth, and it moves like pretty smoothly. For the most
Sometimes,
part.
unless you're reading.
Yeah, unless I'm oh my god, I read like an asshole.
It's
Hey,
so, oh my gosh.
Oh my god, my mom's here. Hi, mom. Thank you. My mom says we all rock.
Well,
Hey.
duh.
Hey, mom, I don't know if you see, but that's K-Dog and Fish. They're on YouTube.
Yeah,
Look at them.
come on.
Do you see
Hey,
them?
Chris's mom.
They're right. They're right there. They're right there. So my question for you guys, I'm a flurry of questions. So I'm going to hit you with the first one. Where are you recording?
Okay.
Where is this being filmed?
So funny enough, when we first started our first video ever, and it's funny that Top Pops is on this live watching right now.
Yeah.
He was coming back from Niagara Falls and stopped at Niagara Falls Comic Con and got Top Pops mystery bags.
Yeah.
And that was our first YouTube show, was opening Top Pops mystery bags.
Yeah. In the back of the store.
In the back of the store.
Yeah, the retail store.
And
Oh,
we were
awesome.
doing shows in the back of the store for a little while, and we realized there's not enough room, and it was too loud sometimes, or like it wasn't going to work. So then we had an office studio next door.
Yeah.
And we kind of outgrew it really fast.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was on the second floor too.
We had to
wow.
walk upstairs, so that was bullshit.
Yeah.
I wasn't having any of that. And then it was incredibly hot
Yeah,
because the hot air rises.
Yeah, it didn't
It
work.
was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So then a space opened up behind the store next door.
Yeah.
And it was bigger and it was nice, but then it flooded.
Yeah, well, we fully renovated the space with this awesome studio, and then both toilets backed up and flooded the whole thing out.
Oh,
Sewers
no.
backed up. Yeah.
And we were forced to move out because the health board was like, you can't be in here. So
Oh
we
my
basically had to
God.
move everything out in like 2 days, and we're actually in our warehouse now.
Yeah.
So this actually right here is just a makeshift studio in our warehouse.
That's amazing.
So-
Like there's a garage door right there. Like
The receiving doors for deliveries are right
here.
there.
That's so funny.
Yeah. We had this set up in the studio, the nice studio that flooded, and we just basically took it down, brought it here, cleared a corner in the warehouse, and built the studio again. And we shoot everything at the warehouse.
Yeah.
So it's all one place where we receive our order deliveries, process and ship out our web orders, and our studio, and B Money's editing office.
Yeah, he has an office that he edits in, and
So we do everything here, the YouTube live, 4 o'clock Friday, Instagram live. Everything's done here now. So we have here in the store downtown.
So
There you go.
for everybody who's out, I'm sorry, for those who are not living in Canada like us, you guys actually run a business in which you sell Funko product, right?
Yeah.
right, yeah.
And
That's how it all started. It's called K-Dog and Fish. Yeah.
So you're selling, you said Funko shop exclusives. Is that sort of how it got its start? I mean,
Everything.
Everything.
Oh.
Well,
we're pulling back on commons
yeah,
a lot.
we're getting away from more commons now and staying into exclusives.
More exclusives. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys?
The reality.
Oh, go
when
ahead.
we
Go ahead.
first-
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. When we first started, we both of us got into Funko, and we're both constantly talking about it and saying, "There's something here. There's a business here," and that was like 6 years ago.
Nobody was
7 years
doing it
ago.
in Canada.
Yeah, nobody was just doing just Funko. So we actually opened up an account. We decided let's go for it. We opened up an account with the Canadian supplier. He sends us.
There's only one.
There's
in
only
Canada.
one in Canada that supplies to all Canada.
Yeah.
What? For real?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Only one. And it's not Funko, by
That's
the
it.
way.
It's not
So-
Funko. It's third party.
There's
Right.
one supplier for all of Canada. So we open up an account. He sends us the list, and nothing's on it because we don't understand the distribution of Funko, right? We're like, well, we want all this stuff. And he's like, they're all gone. You can't get that stuff. So we're like, well, what do we have to do? He's like, well, you got to start ordering and build inventory. So we spent, 18
months.
18 months buying inventory because we didn't have enough to open a store. So we kept
Yeah.
buying inventory. Finally had enough, opened the store. Everybody told us we were fucking crazy. The supplier told us we were crazy because we're like, we're only carrying Funko. He's like, you can't only carry Funko. We were only carrying Funko. Long story short, in our minds, we thought we were going to be the Funko shop for Canada.
Sure.
Like that's what we wanted to be. Little do we know, that Funko doesn't want that.
They care less.
They don't care about Canada at all.
Well, hold on. Let me stop you. So why? So I hear this so often, and it's such a strange thing, considering that we're all in North America. So for Funko to distribute product to Canada, you think there would be a way in which they can get that done. So why? Okay, so to your point, they don't give a shit. Why do you think that? Why? Why not?
We've asked.
Yeah,
that's the funny part.
Yeah,
when we were having troubles with the Canadian distributor, and we were frustrated about how things were for Canada for retailers and collectors, we reached out to Funko daily.
Yeah,
for months.
Yeah,
voicemails, emails.
Yeah,
every single day. Like, not right away. First was like, okay, well, they didn't get back to us.
Yeah.
But then for about 2 months, we're like, I'm going to Shawshank Redemption them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where I write every single day until I get library funding.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck this.
Yeah.
So I did.
Or there was a time when Fish would call Funko, and he would find the name of someone, and he'd go through the directory and leave them a message. And he would just do it every day. And nobody called us back. Nobody emailed us back.
That's
nobody
amazing.
And Fish kept doing it.
Including,
and we recorded it a couple times.
That's awesome.
Including the director for international sales.
Yes. Nothing. Yeah.
I found out there's a person is responsible at HQ, who's the director of international sales, told that person nothing.
Yeah. And
ghosted us.
Our Canadian supplier had told us at that point we were like number 3 in Canada for ordering Funko, and we're like a tiny one little shop in Canada.
Yeah.
And he said the other 2 shops, he wouldn't tell us the names, but they said they had multiple locations between 5 and 7.
They did cons.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we're ordering enough product. Why can't we go direct with Funko? Funko doesn't want that. That's just the reality.
That doesn't. I don't understand. It's like Funko does everything to do it the wrong way. I mean, considering that you have a ridiculous amount of people in Canada who are interested. I mean, here in the U.S., people are have been crazy about Funko. I mean, now it's going downhill. But people are crazy about Funko just as they are crazy in Canada. So why not find that venue in which you could sell all of your things? You guys are a prime example. Sell directly to you, or wholesale, and then you guys sell, to Canada as a whole.
That'd be
you're the hub, but they're not good at making good decisions. And I don't know who's running Funko. We talked about Project Fred already. We could talk about a handful of things. How they're not doing the limited pieces as much anymore, which is horrible. How they screwed up last year's fun days. I would suggest that they screwed up. What was the night that we went to? Fright night. That was screwed up. That was a huge mess that Heather and I witnessed in person. There are so many bad things that happen with Funko, and now looking at it, right, you see all the things that happened since the pandemic, which Heather and I have screamed about on a regular basis, about how they produce too much and people have no longer have interest. With all that being said, you as a Funko business in Canada, where are you now? You see that Funko, people are kind of shying away or turning away from it. Not totally, but there's a lot of people that are turning away from it. You guys want to make money and be a business just like anybody else, like Mischief Toys. What are you thinking? Are you guys is your trajectory to stick with the Funko thing? Or are you going to try to work with other companies so you can get other sort of exclusives or designer toys? Do you have like some sort of vision as to what you're going to do in the future if this whole Funko thing doesn't really pan out? If things really,
I think we're just bringing in Mischief Toys from now.
Is that your angle? Very good.
We're the hub in Canada.
Yeah.
But we need a Ghastly all just covered in maple leaves and drinking fucking syrup and shit.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we do need that.
So we're really trying to go more niche.
Yeah, the funny thing is, like, Fish and I have talked about it since the pandemic. The pandemic was the worst thing for Funko, right?
Yeah.
Because they blew up and they thought nothing they could do would ever fail.
Well, hold on. Let me stop you. Yeah. So to your point, they saw an opportunity and they took it way too far. when
Yeah.
they should have realized that this is just a bump in the economy where people have extra money to sort of spend, or low in the economy where people are getting these checks in order to spend money. It doesn't necessarily like who's doing analytics over there? Like who's following all that data? It's just crazy to me. But yeah, it's we can talk about this all day long about the pandemic thing. But keep going. Yeah, the pandemic pisses me off how Funko handled that.
Well, yeah, the pandemic's where it all kind of like, and our business was going amazing during the pandemic, and then there's just like, God, they're doing a lot. And Fish and I would just sit there going, they're doing too much.
Too much.
We can't.
Too many SKUs.
We can't bring all these in.
Yeah.
You know, it's too. So then we start picking and choosing, and then they're doing way too many comments. You know, like
Sure.
like you don't need 10 characters for Wakanda Forever, or 12,
14 comments.
14 commons or whatever, right?
Was
And
it 14?
you know,
Holy shit.
it was something crazy.
14.
Yeah. But then they launched sodas, and then Fish and I were like,
we love sodas.
we were like the first ones, like through our supplier, we were like, we're all over these sodas. These sodas are cool. We
for Canada. Yeah.
So the first ones like Batman and Fred Flintstone and all that, we were
He-Man.
all over it, and He-Man and stuff. And then everybody else kind of caught on, and then the limited sodas started to go away, and then all of a sudden Funko just jacked the price on soda, right? So
To wholesale.
to wholesale.
Yeah.
So our price went up 40% overnight on soda. Nobody even told us.
Wonder why. What's the point of that? Was that the inevitable death of Funko
I think it just
soda?
probably cost too much to produce. And then I think the reality is,
I think they also saw the demand. At one point, they're like, holy shit, people love that chase hunt, right?
Yeah. But then they did too much.
They
Yeah,
did
but-
They
way
did
too
too much. Yeah.
Yeah, the demand was them noticing a demand was too late, right? I mean, because you're talking about demand at the end. Then they start releasing these common sodas now, right?
Oh,
no longer
that
have
was
the
like
number
the
attached to them.
worst
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
limited piece count, and that is absolutely insane. I don't
Stupid.
like it.
Man.
It went from something cool and niche to now you're trying to make it replace basically Funko Pop, basically to a certain degree, which is never going to do. People want to collect the 3.75-inch Funko. That's what I keep saying.
Absolutely.
And I said that one show we did, I said that I think they should get rid of sodas. And then I think Heather said the same thing. I think you said, I think I watched a show where Heather said they should get rid of sodas.
Oh God, I don't know if I would say that. I love sodas.
So Funko,
Yeah.
but I don't like.
Maybe,
the
well, maybe it was
unlimited.
just the common sodas.
well,
Maybe it was a,
Yeah.
common
Yeah,
sodas
probably,
definitely, but
yeah.
Probably the common soda.
Funko sodas have they hold their place in the collector community. Funko sodas are fine. The problem with Funko sodas that personally is that they put them in those cans that I don't care about. But you want to keep the cans because people want to keep all the pieces, so there's value in it, right?
Yeah.
But to your point, Funko Pops will never there'll never be lost interest in that, because even to right now, people are taking Funko Pops, even if they love them or hate them, they're still taking them and getting them signed. I feel
Yeah.
like that is the biggest thing going for Funko Pops at this very moment, is that they are a perfect item to get signed. In fact, so much so that a lot of these companies and a lot of these actors are saying, if you're getting a poster signed, it's this price. If you're getting a picture signed, it's this price. If you're getting a Funko Pop signed, it's this price, right? So now,
That happened to you.
It happened to us at Niagara Falls Comic Con, which we go to each year just because it's close to us. Ish.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was it Pedro?
Pedro from the
From Napoleon Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite.
oh my God, yeah.
So it
That's
was
awesome.
Pedro and John Heater were both there.
Yeah.
And Johnny Heater's line was busy, so I went to Pedro first. I had the set, and I was talking to Pedro, and I was like, "Yeah, $60." And I pull out the pop, and he's like, "Well, if I'm signing a Funko Pop, it's $100."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Your signature's your fucking signature, buddy.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, listen, I don't know if the Nacho Libre fucking residuals are very high,
It could be.
but you know, you're signing.
Wait a minute, hold on.
You're
Was he
signing-
in
What does it matter?
was he in Nacho Libre?
Yeah.
That's so
If
funny because I
you-
didn't realize that.
If you're signing, you're signing, right?
Yeah.
My brother, and God rest his soul, Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
At the Winnipeg Comic Con.
Yeah.
Carl Weathers' signature on memorabilia and posters was one price. If you wanted him to sign a Funko Pop, it was like $300.
Yeah.
If he's signing a Funko.
Gotcha.
So
Not-
why?
Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
So
If you're
what-
signing something, you're signing something.
So okay. The way that I see it is that it increases the value of the Funko Pop, and Funko Pops are hot. So if you go and try to sell a poster signed by Carl Weathers on eBay versus a Funko Pop's going to sell. They know that.
Yeah.
They know that the Funko Pop is going to be the most popular thing of all the things that they sell.
But it doesn't affect the actor after it's been signed.
Definitely
Yeah.
not. So what Heather
It
and
doesn't-
I realized is that if you take the box, I don't know how you were getting your stuff signed, but we found this on many occasions. If you take the pop out of the box and flatten the box,
Yeah.
it won't be charged. You will not be charged like it's a Funko Pop.
Oh.
So it's something. It's something to test. So it
Yeah.
has worked for us. We have done that. So it's something to look into. And I don't know if it's that they don't realize it, or if it's considered the fact that the Funko Pop is, it's a box, so they're having. It's a harder time for me to sign it. So therefore, it's more expensive. I don't know what the angle is. But I totally agree with you. It's bullshit that they charge more, but I understand why they would do it. I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I'm fine with them. If they want to charge a little more, put a little more cheddar in their pocket, I'm fine with it. I just find it really funny that John Heater,
He was cool.
he was cool and it was $60 and he was super nice.
He didn't care.
And he was having a great time.
But Pedro was the
But
dick.
Pedro was like, no, give me 100. Give me a hundo.
Ah,
He was
Pedro.
going to increase that money.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Well, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm not voting for Pedro.
No.
It ain't happening now. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You
Nope.
heard it. You heard it here. The four of us are not
Fuck
voting for
Pedro.
Pedro.
Yeah.
Fuck Pedro. We should get shirts. Fuck Pedro.
Yeah, instead of the vote for Pedro shirt, same style,
Yeah.
but it says "fuck Pedro."
So that would be
Fuck
amazing.
Pedro.
Yeah. Oh my god,
Yeah.
this video is getting so demonetized. It's gonna
Good.
be ridiculous. But that's fine. So okay. So we talked about this a little bit. So if I don't know if we got there or not.
Oh,
If
probably not. 'Cause
Funko-
we go off topic.
We
No,
ramble.
and I believe me, I'm the same way, and my brain doesn't work real good. I have a bad brain. So if Funko totally goes under, what's the new trajectory? What are you guys even thinking about? Is that even a
Mischief
We-
no, I heard Mischief Toys, but is it even a thought? Like, have you thought about like designer
OnlyFans.
toys? OnlyFans is very good. That's a very
Yeah,
good
I think
option.
we're just gonna go with OnlyFans.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
excellent.
for middle-aged women.
Oh my God, it
Yeah.
should be
Yeah.
K Hog and Fish
Yeah.
Hey, Hawk.
because he's showing his hog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a big market.
Big market.
Right.
It's going to be weird filming, but we'll get used to it, I guess.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
to answer your question legitimately,
Yeah.
we find that Funko is shifting and we shift with it. We're not just blind to it.
Yeah.
So we do way more niche things and bring in less commons, unless it's something like banger, like for us, because we're in Canada,
Mhm.
Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
We couldn't actually order enough. We had master
Wow.
case
Yeah. Yeah.
of Trailer Park Boys. And so we knew that. We brought them in. They were gone in 48 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we knew that even though it's common, it was something that was going to go over very well. Everything else is we're skipping a ton of shit. We're
Yeah.
bringing in way more exclusives. I think that the Funko collector in Canada, it is there is no Target here anymore. Funko Shop will not ship to Canada. Walmarts have stopped carrying Funko.
Mhm.
So being able to bring in stuff that people cannot get, USA convention exclusives, Funko Shop exclusives, that market is still there.
Mhm.
So we're going, that and content is
Yeah.
what we want to do.
That's
We're
cool.
going to keep pivoting with Funko. As
Yeah.
Funko goes, we'll pivot with it.
Yeah.
And they make some lately, there's some great decisions that we're pretty happy about. Like the Slapshot Pops are amazing.
Yeah.
You know, we've been waiting for those forever. And I think they got to concentrate on more nostalgia like that. We joke around and we get shit on a lot, because we make fun of anime. Mostly because we don't
Us
know
too.
anything about anime.
Because we're old men.
Yeah,
What
we
do
know nothing about
fucking know?
anime. And
Demon Slayer.
but it's all they do so much anime because they announced it last year that anime was their number one seller.
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Now they're just pouring gas all over the anime, and I think they're losing a lot of other genres they could be getting into, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
that's what kind of bothers me, is that I feel like, and I've said it multiple times, when Funko does one thing and it works, they just pour gas on it.
100%.
You know?
Yep.
And then they kill it, you know,
Absolutely.
like the tins. Those tins when they first came out with the Batman tin,
the
vault tin, that was amazing. And then all of a sudden there was a vault tin every 2 weeks.
Well, that's what
you know,
NFTs
and NFTs are now the NFTs have gone from, well, will it be like 4 times a year, and now it's every 2 weeks we're doing NFTs.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's interesting. The NFT thing is a really odd thing, considering that when they were putting up NFT sales at first, they were selling out instantly, and then now as the time goes on, we're noticing that things are not selling out. They're burning packs. In fact, now they're making jokes about how they had to or how they're having to burn packs.
And that was cool.
Which is right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's incredible that they're willing to make a joke like that. I'm waiting for this sort of comeback from Funko. I think we all are. I think we're all waiting for Funko to bounce back and to do something like cool and something sort of innovative. Because I mean, realistically, if you look at collectibles as a whole, Funko has done some really innovative things. The Funko Pop changed the collectible community altogether. In fact, it created a lot more collectors by making the Funko Pop. It turned a lot of people on because they were cheap. They were easy to get. They were sitting on your shelf. You had to chase them in order to get them, and it made the whole thing fun. And it wasn't until Funko, as to your point, poured the gas on it, they changed the whole world of the Funko Pop. So let me ask you, the Funko has sort of discussed about how they're going to be a lean startup. Something we talk about all the time. So if you are, you guys are in the business of selling Funko product, what's a lean startup to you? Like, what does that even mean to you? And
we haven't seen it yet.
We haven't, but
we're not doing it.
Yeah, well, no, I mean that's good to hear your feedback there, because I would like to know what your thoughts are. What is a lean startup for Funko right now? If tomorrow morning we wake up and it's now the lean startup begins, what does it mean?
Less SKUs.
Yeah,
1,000%. Like when we were talking about when we were getting into it, and we had to it took us 18 months to get enough drops as a pre-sale in order to have stock enough to open a store. It took 18 months because they were so few and far between. It would be like, here's a couple of drops, weeks go by, here's a little, and they weren't huge. Like we're doing Tommy Boy, and they just did Richard and Tommy
and a Target exclusive,
and then the Target exclusive. But there was if that was to drop now, and they'd never made it before, and next year will be the 30th anniversary,
right?
And they did, here's Rob Lowe, and here's Brian Dennehy,
and
Bo Derek. And if the Funko were to do it now for the first time, there'd be 8.
Yeah, in order to
instead
streamline,
of 2. Make less shit.
Yeah, if you want to actually do a lean startup, you got to limit the SKUs, right? Like, again, like I said, you're cutting back on sodas now. They're definitely cutting back on sodas, I feel now. I think they've learned their lesson on sodas. 10 inches, they kind of got rid of, right? There's
Except
a couple
for conventions.
You're not seeing those.
Yeah, not a lot of 10 inches, and then but the SKUs are like, why are they doing headphones? You guys see those headphones that are like, why are we doing those? What happened? Whatever happened to the video game? That video game, you teased that video game. And whatever happened to that?
Development.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. I forgot all about the video game. Do you remember that?
Everybody forgot about it,
I will say one
Funko
lean startup that they did do
the other day.
was that they outsourced all the games and puzzles to another company.
Right.
They did announce that was part of the lean startup. They sold all the existing inventory and then licensed out future games and puzzles to somebody else.
And that was messy. So our very good friend of ours ran Funko Games, and so basically when they did that, they cut everybody.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean you're talking. It was very significant, the amount of people they cut out. It was a really sad story too, but the fact is that what they said they did, I don't know, I haven't caught myself up on it yet, but basically this board game company can use Funko can use like Funko IP, I guess, right? So like Funko Pop
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Now, I don't even know if they're still able to do. I don't know what the timeline is on that. If they're allowed to do that for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. I don't know what the story is. But what I will tell you is that the Funko game thing, they tried to make it sound good, but it was absolutely fucking horrible. Horrible. And it changed a lot of people's lives. And that was one thing that Heather and I were constantly discussing is like what Funko is doing, how it's hurting artists, that what they were doing to artists and stuff like that. And we were getting so much hate over it. We're getting a lot of people coming to us and they were just like, why are you talking about this? And you don't know what you're talking about. And what you're saying is bullshit and all this stuff. And we were getting it directly from the source. We were getting all the information directly from people
were
at Funko.
upset. They're like, well, if they can't name the source, then the source isn't real. And it's like,
yeah, I'm not giving my source away.
Yeah,
fuck?
that's not.
No, that's not going to happen.
Oh, it was so stupid.
Yeah, at one point in time, it was really...
Snitches get stitches, motherfuckers.
Whoa, wait, Heather.
I don't want those stitches.
Look, we better calm down because when this live ends, I'm stuck with her. So let's all take it very fucking easy, please. But the truth is that...
Just go find a feather.
Yeah. Believe it or not, she doesn't like that if she lied. But the fact is that, you know, Funko does all of these really shitty things, and we were the channel talking about it. If I could, I wish I could explain it at some point, maybe in like a year. I can explain to you the web that was being built around us during the time that Funko was originally falling apart, where there were major people leaving, like Reese O'Brien was leaving. We were getting people reaching out to us left and right. I will tell you this. This is a true story. We were at New York Comic Con this past year, 2023, at our booth. A woman with a mask on, so I have no idea what her face looks like. She was dressed up, I think, like
Stop.
She was but I'm saying she was she was like in a cosplay.
Okay.
She was in cosplay.
Jeez.
Yeah, she was in cosplay.
You're saying way too much. Stop.
She was dressed like a Ninja Turtle, and she walked up, and she had a mask on. She walked up and she hugged us and she just said, I really am thankful that you guys talked about all of these real events.
Yeah,
She's
because
like,
they can't say it.
Exactly. So we were virtually the voice for all of those artists. And for us, that was like, that might have been the most overwhelming thing that's ever happened to me in doing this channel and practically doing anything in association with collectors and artists and everything else. Having somebody approach us and tell us that, like, we were such a big part of, you know, them being an artist, and like they had somebody advocating for them when Funko wasn't. We saw a different side of Funko, which sort of, we still talk about them and we still get excited about the stuff, but we know the real deal, what happened on the inside, which is how, you know, Mariotti wasn't happy with us and he said a lot of really crazy shit about us, right? So now it's like, all that time has sort of passed. And so it's like all these guys have moved out. Now you got all these new guys in. And I'm hoping with this new like setup, things will go better. By the way, this is actually speaking directly to you guys. A couple years ago, and maybe it was a year ago, they were talking about, Funko was talking about international sales. Remember? They were like highly focused on it.
Yeah,
Why would they?
It was last year.
Was it last year?
Like
I saw that statement.
Yeah.
And we talked about that. That it was like they don't give a shit about international sales unless it's Europe.
Europe.
Or there's even Funko distribution within Mexico.
Well, pop culture is
and pop culture in Australia.
Yeah.
They give two shits about Canada.
Yeah.
And Toys R Us, which is now reopening in the States, but it's huge in Canada. They're getting out all the way out of Funko, and we actually noticed on the C2E2 shared exclusive retailer list for Canada, the only retailer on it is GameStop. That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's going to be 5 exclusives or something like that shared with GameStop. Toys R Us is out. Hot Topic's out. It's Amazon Canada.
Yeah, there was no Hot Topic exclusive on C2E2.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because
basically our take on it and your take on it is probably very similar, but it's cool with you guys. And I've watched those shows when you guys were discussing what was going on with Funko, because you guys would agree with me that Funko is creating all these new divisions and going in all these different directions, but they're not doing any of it very well, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then the problem is they cancel all this shit, but they don't care about any of the people that are involved, right?
100%.
And you guys have first knowledge of those people, so you guys are like, oh, you have no idea how shitty these. We don't know that up here, right?
Yeah.
We just go, well, it's great. You guys got to start streamlining. But the problem is, we don't want you to streamline and fire 1,200 people, you know, because that's not great, guys, you know. So
yeah,
come on.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
we only want to see positivity, right? And so Funko, they grew from being this family mentality, right? And in fact, we talked about this and joked about it in past videos a long time ago, where they were making apparel that said Funko Family on it. And so the fact that they're treating their artists so poorly, or the people that are working on the inside so poorly, is terrible. We're talking about we're family. How is this family? It doesn't even make any sense, right? It's a bummer to read about some of this
use
bad
that
stuff.
word about as loosely as Dominic Toretto.
Yeah, family.
Right.
It's all about
Just
family.
throw around the word family like it's
Right. Yeah, family gets thrown around a whole lot. That's for sure. Yeah, that's terrible.
They just want to be. They want to be just such a massive toy company. They're forgetting about the collectors. They're forgetting about what got them to where they got now, and now they're just like, we got to blow it up. We want to be one of the biggest toy companies in the world. Well,
and it's not through volume; it's through exclusivity and cool nostalgia, being fewer drops, but make them cool, make them limited, and not $300 USD. That's just fucking crazy.
Exactly.
Or back in the day when the con drops were exciting.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Now the con drops are like, I don't know. Let's see.
And they're available all the time.
Let's see what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember going around and chasing all the different con drops, right? So that was a whole lot of fun, and that fun is gone. I mean, that doesn't exist anymore. Going and standing at line to Hot Topic or Target or wherever, it doesn't happen anymore. It's gone.
Yeah. We actually talked about the story because we did a show about how TargetCon, whatever it was, 10 days after TargetCon, they were putting them on clearance in Target, and it just wasn't the buzz that it was before.
Yeah, when TargetCon was a big deal.
And I happened to be in the States for the first ever TargetCon, and it was a deal. It was, they actually moved all the Funko for the TargetCon behind the electronics desk.
Mm-hmm.
And you had two lines. You were limited one per person. You literally got to the desk and said, I would like those. And it was when they were gone. And we were 20th or something in line. We went early that morning and lined up, and we didn't get everything because stuff was gone. And it was cool. It was like, holy shit, we got to go to Target at like 7 a.m. so we can stand outside and wait. And
I don't think anything sold out on TargetCon this year.
No.
Did it?
There was something that sold out TargetCon day, but then the Funko Shop shared it anyway.
Right.
Yeah, Funko Shop keeps doing it. I don't even understand that. From a retailer, like, why are you sharing the exclusives I'm supposed to have in my store? I don't get that.
Well, I'll tell you why. So I don't know if you guys notice or if you follow what Funko says during their quarterlies, but they call it direct to consumer, DTC. So what Funko is trying to do, the direct to consumer, they take those exclusives. Most of the time, like Target and all those guys, they don't want to take that stuff in because they end up losing money on the product. So Funko takes that stuff, they sell it direct to consumer through their website, and they make all of that money. And so that's why you see a lot of those exclusives showing up on Funko.com. Instead of losing the money or the stuff ending up in a landfill, it's being sold on the website and people are actually buying it. We were wondering exactly the same thing. Like, why would they do this? You want to go to Target to buy the stuff. You don't want to go to Funko.com to buy the stuff. So it's there for a while. Target and Walmart and a lot of these other guys were like, stop sending us stuff. We don't want your stuff anymore. It's not selling. It's sitting on the shelf, and then we're having to dump it for like 99 cents. No one wants to have to deal with that shit. That's
so it's probably safe to say that the margins aren't high enough for them, basically what it boils down to, right? Because all those big box retailers, they have their planograms. Every spot they have to make X amount of dollars, right?
Right.
So probably they're just not making enough off the Funko, and that's the reality of it, right?
Yeah,
they're giving up good shelf space that could be Lego, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, they're giving up too much shelf space to something that does not sell at all, and that's the biggest problem. There's a comment here, and I kind of want to read this for a second. But Harley's and Stogie says Scalpers killed that Fundo. And I don't necessarily agree with that, because I think that when there was a scalper, like people going and standing in line and flipping stuff, that didn't necessarily kill everything. That was happening, and that actually made Funko sort of more interesting. People were seeing that stuff was going for more money on the secondary market. I think, I hate to say this, but the scalpers and flippers actually sometimes will help these collectibles sell better and make them more sought after. So that's sort of looking at it from a couple different angles. I know as a collector it sucks.
I think the only thing that I don't like about, and I agree with everything you just said, but the one thing I don't like is people playing dirty pool with bots. That really drives me nuts.
Yeah.
So, and we are aware of a few in Canada who do that, and that's their business model. And if you're doing it fairly, oh shit.
No,
Are
we're
we
here.
live?
We're here. Yeah,
Okay.
our camera's been acting really weird. This has been like the last couple of lives.
I'm like,
Yeah,
what did I touch?
Yeah, there we go.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we're here.
Like you're ruining it in that sense. If you're a scalper who stood in line and you got one before everyone else, you camped out at 4 o'clock in the morning, and you don't want to keep it, and you're buying it to flip it, go nuts.
Yeah.
To me, it's an asshole who's going online and using bots to get 30 of them. That when it's something super limited, like a con drop or a super limited exclusive with a chase, and you're buying 30 or 40 of them when the limit is 2, because there used to be a limit on the Funko shop, there isn't anymore. When it comes like to just an exclusive, right? Those people, you're ruining it for all the other collectors by using bots to get more than you should be getting.
All right.
That's my only complaint about Scalpers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's dirty. I feel like with sought after items especially, it should be limited. Additionally, I mean, I feel like flippers have definitely been around since you and I have been collecting, and that was like 10 years ago now.
I've always said that flippers have their place in the community, and that's the truth of it, right? I mean, for better or worse, I mean, they really do, because they are part of the collector community and
ecosystem.
The ecosystem. Thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for. A part of the ecosystem. Collectibles are collectibles for a reason, right? So Mischief Toys, we call ourselves Mischief Toys, and we consider ourselves a vinyl toy. But in the reality of things, we are collectible. Why are they collectible? Because they're hard to get. They're very low number, and that's what makes them a whole lot of fun. Not only do you like looking at it on your shelf, but it's also something where you can say, "I got that thing," right? I'm one of the 200 people that was able to get that thing. Camera's acting up again. Let me turn this off again. But the fact is that it's fun. It's fun to be the one to say that you got it. And I know over the many years of collecting, there have been times where I will go after something on Funko.com. I remember a very good example was James Gunn. And I could not get it. And let me tell you, I was so goddamn pissed off over that. I was so angry. Oh my God, I was so angry. But later down the line, I made a trade, or I don't remember. Oh no, we traded Heather traded a Funko Pop.
No, that's not how it happened.
No? No, we traded.
I sold it on
eBay,
you
sold it, and then we bought it.
I purchased it. Yeah, because no one wanted to take my trade.
Yeah, so Heather sold a Chris
Hardwick.
Oh God, we're telling too much. We sold
a Chris, the bloody one.
No,
the
regular one.
So the story with that is on the night.
Is this a story that you told to Dave Bautista?
No, it is not. This one's longer. So on the night that we got engaged at Walker Stalker Convention back in 2017, and that is like a Walking Dead convention. And we never watched The Walking Dead live ever. We had Comcast cable at the time. We would wait like 30 minutes after The Walking Dead aired, and then we would like fast forward through the commercials. So we didn't have to deal with watching the commercials. Well, this night, the night we got engaged, we were watching Walking Dead, and then after that, Talking Dead, hosted by Chris Hardwick, in real time. So we had to suffer through the commercials, but it's a good fucking thing we did, because that's where Chris Hardwick announced that they had, I think it was 1,000.
If you bought a t-shirt.
No, stop. I'm tired of you interrupting me. No, I'm not done. I think it was like 1,000 Chris Hardwick pops. So I ordered the pop, and then they said if you buy a Talking Dead t-shirt, there are 100.
Can I tell that part at least?
No,
if you buy one of the t-shirts, you get one of the 100 signed ones.
Shut the fuck up, would you? You get a chance at one of the 100 signed Chris Hardwick Funko Pops.
Right.
So I ordered Chris an extra large. He ordered me a small.
Yep.
And they came in. So we got our pop, but one of our shirts came in a box and not a shirt bag.
Nice.
So we were like, oh shit, like we got the signed Chris Hardwick. So we had like an extra that we were able to sell. And we also bought one after the fact, so we got the bloody Chris Hardwick too.
Yes. Well,
We had the bloody.
So
I love that
we were able to sell the one in order to get James Gunn, and that everything was good. But that's the fact of it, right? Is the fact is that I was unable to get James Gunn the day that it dropped. It was a 500 piece.
It was so annoying. We were in the car.
Who knows how many of those pieces actually went up on the website? It sold out. I couldn't get it, and it took a while. But I finally got James Gunn. He's sitting behind me. I finally got James Gunn, and that's such a huge deal to me. And that is what collecting is. That's what collecting is. It isn't that you go out to Target or Walmart or Hot Topic or wherever, and you're just able to buy the thing all the time. I mean, sometimes you can. Commons, right? Some exclusives, sure. But for the most part, you want to have a really hard time in order to get the item. Example, the Target Grady Twins Chase. I shit and pissed my pants at the same time when I found that inside the store. That's what collecting is about.
That's so cool.
That's insane.
That's what it's
that'd be
about.
so awesome. Yeah.
Yes, that's what it's all about. And where the fuck are we talking about? How do we get here?
I don't know.
How do we get here? I think we're talking about the importance
Making
of
Funko more what it used to be.
Like fun.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, the fun, and then you also have to have the disappointment as well. You almost need both, right?
Yeah.
Because you missing out on stuff, like you said, creates a bigger demand.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why
100%.
it should be limited.
And now you're not missing out on anything because it's all in the Funko shop. You can get it and it never sells out and blah 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 blah. And yeah, that's really what it boils down to, right?
I will never forget the joy and jubilation I felt in my giblets.
Yeah.
When I finally completed a super bad.
Yeah.
It took me forever.
Yeah.
Because
awesome.
it came out before I started collecting. We started collecting in 2017.
Yeah.
And those pops, I believe, are 2013, 15,
A long time ago.
13.
Yeah.
And it took forever. I actually found McLovin at the dollar store, which is funny.
Yeah.
And I got you one.
Yeah.
They were $4 Canadian, so like 10 cents American.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I got, and now it's a $90 pop.
Okay. Yeah.
my
So we
God.
had McLovin forever, and then it took me. You got your Seth through your subscription with Pop in a Box?
Yeah.
Or
I was actually part of Pop in the Box way back in the day.
Oh my
through
God,
the
Pop in a Box.
subscription service.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they screwed me over pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh,
So
they're terrible.
when I finally got a good deal on Seth and Evan, and they showed up and they were in great shape, and I put them up on my shelf with my steelbook copy of Superbad next to my Superbad poster in my little man basement.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
That's what
That
it's about.
feeling of chasing that and
Yeah.
collecting
Yeah.
what I wanted for such a long time, and actually got it and have it there.
Yeah.
I still look at it and
Yeah.
go, God, I'm so glad that I found those.
Yeah. That's what Funko's about, man. Like,
That's the
like
fun
my
of it.
collection is fairly big, but it's
Oh.
not a ton of value. It's just movies that I love or pops that I
Yeah.
love. Like my Superbad set is huge, but so is my Super Trooper set.
Yeah.
I got them side by side, and so is my Silicon Valley set. Like that's the cool set.
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers, that kind of stuff. Like that's when it was cool. And now I just think it's gone way too much,
Too much.
and too much mainstream and not enough cool stuff.
Mainline collectibles. Have you heard that bullshit phrase?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
What
Yeah.
they call commons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mainline collectibles.
Yeah.
So,
And it makes sense. We've always said that Funko should develop something aside from Funko Pop. They should develop something that is more on the common side of things. Maybe if they want to do toys, get into toys, and then it could be directed towards teenagers, tweens, and children, and kind of go that way, and keep Funko Pop sacred and on a different level, and keep it that way.
Yeah.
And if they just protect Funko Pop and do other fun things and try to sell to other markets, right? Funko Pop can always stay the same, come up with a limited figure thing where they used to do on Funko Shop, or even do a funkoshop.com side of the house where they make a very special, I don't know, I always called it like Platinum Series or something, but like design something like that. And they can continue doing this collector thing, but also do a common thing and make money on the opposite end of the spectrum. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why the geniuses over at Funko can't come up with that. I don't know what the deal is with that. It's so frustrating because we just continue to watch them. We continue to watch them demolish what Funko Pops
I can tell you
are.
exactly why they're not. They are trying to appease people who have put money into the company, and the people who have put money into the company are business-minded people only. They don't think like collectors, so they think like, oh, well, just produce a lot more, and then, oh my God, you'll make a lot more.
Right.
But it's not like they don't think like a collector. They don't think like, oh, well, limited things make me want to collect. It's just, oh, well, if you produce 750 of this Project Fred, how are you making money? You know?
Yeah.
So it's, they're going to lose no matter what. If unless
I think
they
they're
don't-
learning from their lessons though, because they're hearing up. It's not like everyone's quiet. Everyone is telling them what's up.
I just
Yeah.
think, I feel, and I don't understand why they don't get it. They're just oversaturating their own market,
Yeah.
and they're only competing with themselves. That's what I don't get.
Yeah.
Like, well, there isn't really a major competitor against Funko. You know, like you have the market.
Yeah.
You
They
know,
do.
like it's your market, and
They
you're
have
just
so many
keep-
licenses.
yeah, and you just keep doing too much.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
biggest
It's too
asset
much.
they have is the licenses.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
We just think that it should get not rid of commons, but just make it more limited drops, and
Yeah.
the exclusives need to be extremely limited.
Yeah,
And
but
just-
also really fun and like unique.
yeah.
You know,
We were excited about the Tony Stark that we're going to see at C2E2. That
Oh,
is-
yeah.
yeah,
that was
that's
such
a cool. Pop.
do that, but it was like that was one out of what 8 or 9
Yeah,
exclusives that they're going to do.
I mean, there's the Woody and Buzz playing the video game.
That
That
was-
was cool.
yeah, that
That's cool. You know, so I don't know.
and
I don't know.
Poochie,
Poochie.
Oh,
Poochie.
Poochie's a great Funko Pop too. Yeah.
Yeah.
but there was just make
Yeah, I
it-
mean, I think the lineup for C2E2 is pretty good. At first I wasn't a big fan, but I think now seeing the final lineup, it looks pretty good, and it's a good start for C2E2. It's a new sort of it's a new convention for Funko. It's something new for them to try out. I like that Becker went and spoke at WonderCon. I think that's a really good
Yeah.
thing. They do more of like this song and dance sort of stuff where they're on stage, they're talking. I think that's kind of fun. But hopefully we see a lot of change. I don't think we're going to see it this year. Maybe at the end of this year and then the beginning of next year.
hopefully the right
startup.
people are out and more new creative people who get collectors come in.
100%.
I think just being stuck with the same fucking people and the same decision making,
Yeah,
that was such a hard time. That was really tough on Funko as a company and us as collectors and as retailers. And now that Brian's out and the current or most recent CEO just quit,
I don't know. They're leaving every week. I
uh,
don't know.
it'd be really cool to see
Yeah.
that somebody who really gets collectors comes in, takes over, and goes, "This is how we should do things. So trust me, this is the way it should be."
Yeah, but like Heather said, the problem is they went public, And now they have shareholders.
That's a big problem.
They have shareholders. They have to answer to the shareholders, and people that are shareholders want to make money.
Yeah.
You know, we want to turn a profit on our shares.
Yeah,
know?
that's all they care about, and they don't think like collectors. My dad is similar. My dad is very similar. He doesn't understand the collecting mindset. So when I talk to him about Mischief Toys, he like gives more business-minded advice, and I'm like, Dad, you don't understand.
Well, yeah. Well, with Mischief Toys, seeing was believing. When we had our event a couple weeks ago.
Oh, our parents were like blown away.
Yeah, they
think.
couldn't believe the people that showed. Like,
I
people
couldn't
actually
either.
Showed up to Maryland to go to an event.
Well, I
mean,
remember
that
at
was
one
nuts.
point, like I had looked away from the crowd, and I was like, I think I was just setting up, sort of, and then I looked over like at the room, and I was like, holy shit, like what have we done?
People came to Maryland. It was unbelievable.
Yeah,
Nobody
Maryland.
goes to Maryland.
Maryland's this big
Nobody
on a
goes to
map
Maryland.
that's like this big, right?
Yeah.
So remember earlier I was trying to think of a word and I couldn't fucking think of it.
Oh, you got
I
it?
found it.
What's the word?
So I asked a group of two groups of friends.
Oh my God.
I'm talking like 12 to 15 people in within these two groups. People were spouting off words and none of them were it.
Huh?
Shill. People would accuse. We were talking about
Okay, all right.
being
When people
genuine in our
fake,
videos.
A shill.
Yes. So if you're not being genuine and you're just being positive because you want views or you want to work with Funko or whatever, people would be able to see right through that shit, and then they would fucking call you a shill. So
Now,
hold on, stop interrupting me,
Well,
because
hold
you've
on.
talked this entire goddamn night. So let me say something.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll say my thing.
Between the both of us, you do.
You've
a lot
been
of
over
this.
there on that phone. I saw you over
Because
there
I'm trying to
looking
think
at
of that word.
Pornhub.
And
I get it.
got it. I
Yeah.
got the word shill. So the fact of the matter is, no matter what you do on YouTube, there are going to be critics. And
Yeah.
I would rather be genuine to myself instead of like selling out.
Thank you.
There you
So glad.
We actually
Thank you.
have,
Thank you,
to that
Brian.
point,
He's here.
there's one person, and we don't know who it is because you can't see who does that on YouTube. But there's one person who dislikes all of our videos.
Every video. Doesn't matter if it's positive,
doesn't
it's
matter.
negative, doesn't matter what it is.
It's somebody who just doesn't. I'm like, why are you watching if you don't like us?
Doesn't matter what we do.
It's just this one asshole who hates us for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And dislikes every single one of our videos. We're looking at it, and it's always 99.2%, like all the way down.
Yeah.
It's always this one asshole who just dislikes
It could
us.
be a video caught of me lying on the ground eating a hamburger, drunk, David Hasselhoff style,
Hasselhoff over it.
and he'll dislike it. You know,
Dislike it.
dislike. Doesn't matter what it is, dislike.
But we
you know?
even did that
Yeah.
video that was super positive about April Fool's Day NFTs.
Yeah.
And the idea of Franny, we did a great video about that, was super positive about what Franny means to collectors.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
positivity. We were pissed about the stewardess thing. Don't get me wrong, because that came later.
Yeah.
But that show is super positive. Dislike. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What does this person want from us?
But the launch of
You're
Franny,
always gonna get-
they could have done a better launch for Franny.
Yeah.
It has to be the
Absolutely. My thought is they should have kept it sort of boring for the initial thought or the initial launch though, and hear me out. I think we need to see a regular version of her at some point, and then we see her as different characters and things. And
Yeah, it's exactly what we said. Yeah.
I love that she matches the theme though. Like I absolutely love that.
Why isn't she co-pilot? Make the fucking dog the flight attendant.
Well,
Why is the
okay, I
woman
see.
gotta go?
I see your point. So
You're gonna introduce your first female, like, icon mascot, and you made her fucking bring gin and tonics and barf bags.
okay, so
I'm getting off that plane if it's a Dalmatian flying it. I don't know about you guys.
He's the co-pilot.
I'm going.
I don't know. That makes me want to
What if
fly
the
there
pilot has
more.
a seizure? Then it's the dog. Got Snoopy over here flying the 747. I'm
Snoopy
getting.
flew. Snoopy was the Baron.
All right.
Snoopy flew a plane.
That's a good point. All right.
I got you on that
You
one.
He
fact checked
did.
me on that one. All right. By the way,
He
he was
did.
the only one on that plane.
You
You know, just saying.
yeah, it was
I
Just
just
saying. Just saying.
I'd
you know?
like to respond earlier, Heather, figuring out the word.
Yeah.
And I just want to prove to you all. Now, look, you're with me now. Don't forget about Heather. Forget about Heather.
Okay.
Do you understand now why I lose most of the fights in our marriage? Heather just spent, I don't know if you guys realize this, she spent like 25 minutes trying to figure out a fucking word. She went to groups of people. We're talking 15 people total. She went that far. She went those lengths to try to figure out what that word was so she could finish her sentence. That's why I cannot win any fights in this marriage. And I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to make that apparent here. The dedication is unbelievable.
The lawyer, she would win the case.
She is the lawyer. Are you kidding me? She's the lawyer herself. My lawyer would not win. So there you go.
But I would.
All right.
And you figured it out. It was shill.
Well,
and
yeah.
I have wood.
Why does he make more money than I do? That's what I want to know. Why do we have our lawyer if he's not winning cases, but I am? Can you pay me?
Well, I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to. You're deep diving.
All right. Well, let's dive into this.
Yeah, let's get into your marital arrangement.
We should. We could spend 5.5 hours on that. Brian Barrick said the problem for me is the upper management is out of touch with the collector, and Heather has actually been talking about that for quite some time. Every time we have conversations about Funko and what they're doing and all that, you always point out the fact that they are not thinking like the collector, and they should have somebody who is in there thinking like the collector, and most people will say it should be you.
But thinking like the collector isn't going to make Funko the amount of money that these investors have invested into their company to make it profitable for them.
If collectors are super excited because you're doing things right, they will.
It could.
Yeah.
Like
it could equate to very good things.
Yeah, but instead they'd rather sell, 100 of different types of Funko Pops to Target every single week that nobody wants, that end up in clearance, and in turn it makes Target not be able to sell them because it's all shit nobody wants because it's oversaturated, and then they have to put them on clearance for less money than Target spent on these items, and then Target says, hey Funko, we don't want to carry your shit anymore because it's shit and we're losing money on this shit.
Like Popsies.
I love Popsies.
I know you do. That's why I brought it up.
They
don't get hit started on Blockbuster Rewind.
Oh my god.
The idea is great.
Blockbuster Rewind, they were rough.
I love them, but
Christina Payne says,
they're rough.
Chris, you won.
They're Playmobil.
They are. Christina Payne said, Chris, you won. You married Heather.
There you go.
You don't know my
she
life.
knows what's up.
You don't even know what happens in my life right now,
Thank
Christina.
you, Christina.
I love Christina Payne, but Christina Payne, you don't have no idea what I'm dealing with over here.
Listen, you should have seen
a constant
me
flurry of
rocking the dress that I was wearing
constant flurry
today.
of nonsense.
And guess what? He's so unappreciative of it.
Yeah, a little bit. Wow. I love the fact that we all are sort of on the same, I think we're on the same page in terms of Funko. And we might be the only channels like this. Speaking to your point about somebody hating all of your videos, we noticed that as well over the course of time, where it seems like there might be I think maybe 4 people specifically.
That just don't stop.
That just come in and they're just haterating the whole thing.
So we've had that a lot over the years.
I'm gonna go people.
Okay. And eventually we end up blocking them because they escalate. It's like if we play around with them and we give them a playful response, they don't like it. So then they say something shittier and shittier until finally you're like, you know what? I don't need to read this shit every day. This is starting to wear on me. Fuck you. Goodbye. Yeah. And we block them. But right now, I think we have one person that's like that. And they comment every day. And they even told us probably 6 months ago now that they're unsubscribing because we just we talk too much shit.
Yeah.
And they're back.
Unsubscribing. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Well, they won't. They comment every single video. So they're watching our shitty content that they've unsubscribed to every single day and commenting about it. And I'm just like, what the hell?
You should reply when they comment and going, what are you doing here? I thought you were leaving.
I did that and they never replied back, but they'll be back tomorrow commenting on the video about how stupid it is. And I'm like, would you just like?
We had one
go
person
away?
that got so mad at us because they're like, you guys are supposed to. You guys sell Funko. Why are you bashing it so much? You guys don't know what you're doing. Don't know how to run a business. And we're like, we're
Yes.
being honest. We're just trying to be honest with you guys.
We're not going to be
Oh.
shilled.
You know?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
that guy ripped us a new one.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
all right, well, thank
Thanks, buddy.
you.
Yeah.
Like, all right, sarcastic, like, you know. So yeah.
My favorite thing, okay, is when people say that you don't know how to run a business. So people specifically seek
People
out
don't know.
posts about Mischief Toys, and this is just our experience, but I'm after what you just said, I'm sure you can relate occasionally, but they seek out posts talking about Mischief Toys or Gastlecast or whatever it is. And these might be people, like, a lot of times, if I actually care to, like, click on them and figure out, like, hold on, do they have their real name listed on their Instagram? Because if they do, it's normally like someone we kicked out of the Facebook group for being like a fucking asshole. So now they hate Gastlecast and Mischief Toys, right?
Yeah.
They specifically find posts and they're like, oh, fuck Gastlecast. Oh, they're selling their figure. It's $55, but you can get pops for $15. And it's like, yeah, but they're not. They are mass produced, much unlike a figure like we do. They're very limited.
Yeah, they don't get that.
It's like,
Or the costs involved in making.
Yeah, you're talking to a block of cheese.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
they don't get it. You know, so,
and not just that, but it's like, you know, Gastlecast talks about, you know, how Funko's producing bullshit, but they sell this little figure that's the size of Pops for like 3 times the amount of a Pop or whatever, and it's just like.
Well,
Just
they don't.
stop. They seek stuff out just to be shitty, and I'm just. Hold on. My point is,
Yeah.
number one, you don't understand business, and you've never done this, so we.
Well, it's not even to do with business. It's the cost of producing a product, and the cost of producing a product is very expensive. So for the things that we do, with Mischief Toys at least, is crazy. Like what we're doing is fucking nuts, and most people would have a hard time getting into it. We were just very lucky that we had Gastlecast as a fan base already built, that we had no idea we were building to make a toy company.
Yeah.
So we actually lucked out in the way that we did things.
Yeah,
But
we didn't even know.
But if we just did it shot out of a cannon and tried to do it, it would have never fucking worked. Ever. From the get.
Never, ever.
No.
But another thing is, aside from, like, not understanding business, not knowing what we have to go through to make these things, they also think that it, like, fucking bothers us. Like, they specifically seek things out to say shitty things. And all that does for me is make me want to prove them wrong.
Oh yeah,
And
for sure. Yeah.
I fucking love that. So if someone decides to, like, tell you guys, oh, you know, your store sucks or whatever, just use that as fuel. Remember those words when you're fucking killing it.
Yeah.
And just look
Sure,
back and laugh at those dickheads.
Yeah. Oh,
I find that the people that talk more shit know less about
Anything.
anything in life.
Life.
They're just angry in general. So I don't like what they're talking about, and I'm just going to be one of these people.
No. Yeah. And they also think it just falls in your lap, right? Like you're not actually working hard. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm just going to start this toy company. It's going to work, and it's going to be like easy. Really? Are you sure? Oh, okay. You know, like, it's easy. You can do it. Anybody can do it.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. That's the thing about it, is that the work that we've put into this, same with you guys, putting in the work with your company as well. Being I want to circle back, because we talk about us too much. But I want to circle back. We talk about us too much. So you guys are running this collectible business there in Canada. You're unable to get Funko, like, working with you. Like, have you totally just given up on that prospect? Is that just
so? That was, we gave up after. One example was, it was a WonderCon, and I'm blanking on what year this was, but the Canadian distributor said, hey, would you guys like to be the Canadian exclusive retailer for a WonderCon exclusive?
Oh, wow.
And we were like, oh shit, like, and we were just getting into this.
Yeah.
Like, that's huge. Of course we do. And it kept getting closer, and we weren't allowed to talk to Funko. We're like, do you guys need our logo for the shared retailer list? Do you need, like, what's the, they finally could tell us that it was going to be a Marvel mech pop, and it was going to be Venom Marvel mech.
Wow.
And we're like, okay, and this is before, there's no glams, there's no nothing. We don't even know what it's going to look like, right? And we were like, yes, we're on board. Like, we want to have a K-Dog and Fish exclusive in Canada. Like, that was a big deal for us.
Huge.
And there was obviously a financial commitment and like how many pieces we're going to bring in, and because we're the exclusive retailer. And then it got like literally WonderCon exclusives are being announced, and we don't even see the Venom in the list. So we're like, hey, they just dropped WonderCon, and the distributor was being so aloof about it. We weren't allowed to talk to Funko or the sales rep that they deal with at HQ, that it was all done through them. And then they said, oh, sorry, they scrapped that. It's going to be a Walmart exclusive and not a WonderCon exclusive.
Wow.
And it ended up happening. There was a Venom Marvel mech, and it was a
Yeah.
Walmart exclusive. And we were like, all right, well, shit happens, right? Then the Canadian distributor got those Walmart exclusive Marvel mechs, and the sales rep said, hey, we're going to ship these, thousands of them. And we said, no. that was a WonderCon exclusive commitment, not just a shared retail exclusive commitment.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
that's
right.
bullshit.
You're fucking high. So we said no, and that's where it just got.
It's safe to say that was the beginning.
That
of the
was the beginning of the
end of our
with that,
relationship.
because
That's so crazy. So they were willing to dump
screwed
that
us-
on you.
They tried to screw us so hard
It was pretty interesting.
that we were like, dude, like, no. And we wanted that. We wanted it for, I think it was 2 years into having the website, the store, the YouTube.
Yeah.
And we were like, you know, this is something that would launch the brand big on a bigger scale, because we can only promote ourselves as much as we can promote ourselves
Yeah.
Right.
on social media, on YouTube. Having Funko say that K-Dog and Fish is the retailer exclusive in Canada for
Yeah.
this WonderCon exclusive, and we're like, that's promo that's worth buying that stock and having it.
Yeah, we thought that was gonna put us on the map. You know?
Yeah.
Like we're
It
like,
would.
Yeah.
If
we
Funko
actually
posts
got-
that image, it's like free. I mean, it's not free marketing, but it's essentially free marketing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
Yeah.
likely going to sell it if you're the only place that people
We're
in
the only
Canada
one.
can
Yeah, we're
get
the only
it.
ones, right?
And it's the
Because-
promo actually from Funko saying
Yeah.
these guys are the place to get it,
Absolutely.
and they have 3 million Instagram followers.
Yeah. But the
Yeah.
funny thing is, we kept, and it wasn't even me. Fisher at this point was dealing with them more than me, and he kept emailing our sales rep and saying, "Well, do they need our logos for the graphics?"
Yeah, I was
for the
telling why we
artwork?"
were.
Oh, you
yeah.
told all that?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. All right, never mind.
Like,
sorry.
do you guys need?
Sorry.
What do you need from us?
Sorry. Between us, that was like the longest pee I've ever taken in my life.
That's okay.
I might have to go to the doctor tomorrow.
I think yeah.
I'll let you guys know what happens.
Yeah,
Very
please do.
stranger.
We need
I'm
the
not
end
sure
of
what
that
happened.
story.
I was at the point going, this is weird. Like, okay, anyway, okay, sure. All right.
We did. Yeah.
You told the best part of the story without me?
Yeah.
God damn it.
You're taking the longest piss on record.
I know. I was worried about myself.
Well, you know, to what you guys are saying, now you're a totally different ball game in the fact that you were being eyed up to having an exclusive, right? That's
That's
a huge,
so
that's huge.
cool.
But
That would have been cool.
Yeah, but it was never going to happen.
we watched all these companies here in the States just drop like dominoes, right? All these
Yeah.
different companies, and not all of them just drop, but some of them struggling to stay alive. And it's such a sad thing because Funko was so huge and was doing so many great things for these like small mom and pop shops, these families. And now seeing them sink and go under, and now people, you know, like us, we make these videos where we're talking about these stores that just go silent and disappear overnight, right? And they take people's money. I mean, but most likely these guys don't have any other chance. They have no other choice because they lost so much. It's sad to see it. It's sad to see it all happen. And I don't know if Funko realized like how many people they were affecting in all this. And you know, I guess something I wonder about you guys, and I don't know if I'm giving business advice and I'm just asking. So
Bring it, Chris.
what
Do it. Do it.
What I noticed here was $7 a pop. You guys know $7 a pop, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Really great guys. That company, they're actually local to us, not too far away. They're really good people, good friends of ours. They're doing stuff now where they're doing like signature series, right? I'm just giving this as an example. Signature series here in the United States. Have you guys thought about getting into like those types of things, mystery boxes, you know, all those like kind of fun things? Is that something that you got? I don't know if you're into mystery boxes, so don't hate me.
We actually do run a monthly theme mystery box, and nobody in Canada does it.
Wow.
And we started doing it from the beginning.
Yeah, very beginning we started doing mystery boxes.
And
yeah,
like,
yeah.
so once a month, we have starter mystery boxes on our thing for like gifts for kids, or if you're just getting into collecting and you love Marvel, you can get 6 Marvel pops for $49.99. Like these starter boxes. But then once a month, we do like fun for collectors, no commons, no sale, no garbage.
Value is guaranteed over the whatever the value of the box is, all that. Yeah, we do those. Yeah, we have so much fun with
And
those.
that we do once a month. There's a countdown calendar clock on our website to the next month one. This the one for March, was it what month are we in? April?
Yeah, it's March.
March.
All right. Yeah,
March.
Yeah.
The one at the end of we do at the end of each month on a Friday after our live show. And that one, and keep in mind, we've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
That it's sold out in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Once
That's
a month,
awesome.
we give back to the community because most mystery boxes, don't get me wrong, and we've ordered them from the States. Mostly probably the shittiest ones we've ever seen in our entire lives. Plastic Empire, I'm throwing you under the fucking bus.
Oh no.
Chalice isn't too bad.
Chalice has been
Chalice
okay.
is okay.
Plastic Empire.
Empire was the worst.
Why do you hate us? Like, do you know us personally? Like,
did I have sex with your mother?
Yeah, like, what is with this mystery
Why are
box?
you doing this?
I don't know who you are. You're obviously our one hater on YouTube. Obviously, we're the Plastic Empire. You know,
Oh my
obviously.
God.
So once a month, we do something. We give back because all of our collectors that are love us and our content, but shop with us and support us. We give back once a month by doing a cheap mystery box with wicked pulls, and it's really just it's more for them than it is for us from a retail side. Like
It's about fun.
Having fun and doing something for the community, because Canada doesn't have that.
Right.
So there's no place in Canada to get Funko mystery boxes. So we make something wicked fun, and it's pretty obviously well known because they sell out extremely fast.
Well, let me stop you because
That's
you guys are getting incredible reviews here right in the chat. People are saying that
it's
you
hard
have,
to see. We can't see the comments except for on my phone.
Yeah, they're basically saying you guys have the best mystery box in Canada, which we wouldn't necessarily know that because we don't buy mystery boxes from Canada. But that's awesome. That our camera's doing all sorts of crazy shit. I don't know what's going on with it. Hit it again. Yeah. So I don't know if our camera's overheating. I don't know what's going on. It does feel hot. I don't know what's
Because
going on.
we're on screen.
There you go. I
Yeah.
know, right? We've had this
Right?
problem
A
over the
couple
last
pieces
couple
of
weeks.
man candy over
That's
here.
That's right.
overheating.
It can't help it.
Yeah.
What I was gonna ask, you guys have a YouTube channel, alongside of having your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do Heather and I, we've noticed a lot of really great things in, considering that we were a YouTube channel or started a YouTube channel, and then we became Mischief Toys, and we've had like this fan base already built for us. Is that something that you guys also noticed? You started Key Dog and Fish as a company and then became a YouTube channel. Is that correct?
Yeah, we launched the website in March of 2019 and then opened the retail store May long weekend, which is huge in Canada, in May of 2019. So we're actually celebrating our 5-year anniversary this May long weekend next month
Cool.
for the store and the website. And then we wanted to do content just to talk about how we feel about it and not really, to use a Heather, shill
Yeah.
like the store.
Whoa. Okay.
You're gonna be using that word all week.
I'm using it.
Properly all week.
No,
you know?
I'll just be like, I'm looking at my kids and they're gonna be like, hey Dad, do you want to, can I buy this soda? What are you, a shill?
Yeah. I'll give you here tomorrow with a cup, give you your coffee, I'll take a sip, you're like, oh, that's chill.
Oh, this is a real shill.
I'm like, that doesn't even mean anything.
I'm gonna make
So
shill.
anyway, sorry, I cut you off.
That's all right. So we wanted
Say
to
shill again.
Shill.
All right.
We wanted to do fun, like backing the truck way up. We're entertainers first before retailers.
Yeah.
So like we love talking pop culture, not just Funko. So movies, sports, pop culture, collectibles, and Funko, obviously.
Yeah.
But we just love entertaining people. So the YouTube was really less about promoting the store as more as it was. We just wanted to talk to everyone about the state of Funko and then just fun new things, movie reviews, pop culture stuff.
Yeah, we like all that. We love pop culture, love all that. And we were like, if we want to, our goal is to make each other laugh.
Yeah.
And we know if we can make each other laugh, we'll make other people laugh. So that's pretty fun, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Also, you could also tap into the fact that our YouTube had to take off because of the pandemic.
Oh,
right?
yeah, sure.
Here in Canada, like especially in Ontario, we were shut down. Like we were on lockdown.
The store was closed, but it was funny because there's almost no online retail for Funko in Canada.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit, not
A very little bit, and like GameStop, which was at that time EB Games.
EB Games, yeah.
Their website is horrible.
Yeah.
And they never have any stock in. So our website actually blew up during the pandemic sales wise because people weren't allowed to go pop hunt in stores.
Right.
So forget our store, like we switched a lot of focus to online.
Right. That's true. But I'm just saying we did a lot of YouTube too because
we were bored.
We had nothing else to do.
So the YouTube channel, did the YouTube channel help the business? Or is it, in other words, does it still help the business? I guess is the better question.
Yeah, I think at least people know we're really a destination store in Canada. We're in a highly populated tourism area for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
But we're 2 hours from the biggest city in the country. So people will travel, and the YouTube is more like I made the trip to the store and I'm a collector within, an hour, 2 hour driving radius. Yeah. And I went to the store and they were there. Yeah. Like they'll recognize us from YouTube. Yeah. But they'll be happy to come to the shop Yeah.
We make the shop really like a collector's dream. So we'll have tons of hard to find pops and stuff you won't see anywhere all over the store. So it makes it worth the trip. So it's all good. Yeah.
Heather, are you showing him porn?
Yeah. She showed me a weird looking hog. Actually, what do you want to bring that up now? No. Okay. Well, Heather has a subject, but we're not going to bring it up yet. I don't think.
No,
because that's how we roll. We're very secretive. How do you guys get your names?
Oh, we get asked that all the time, actually.
When all the people come in the store and think it's a pet shop.
Yeah, I think it's a pet store.
That's pretty good.
Well, you
Yeah.
might convert people from pets to pops.
Yeah.
Well, for a while there, I was saying to Fish, why don't we just get some,
Just get a bag of
get a bag of
goldfish.
dog food and some goldfish? We'll double down on this. You know, we can make some cash. You know, so
I've only ever been called Fish
Yeah.
in my entire life because my last name is Fish M,
Mhm.
and my first name's very boring. So
Okay.
my whole life, everyone's only ever called me Fish. I have friends for 40 years that don't even know my name.
yeah, pretty
Wow.
They just Fish. So K-Dog, we've been calling you that for
I've been K-Dog for 20 years.
for-
Yeah.
forever.
That was just a nickname that he gave me, and it just stuck. And then when we wanted to open the store, we didn't want it to be anything like pop. Like we wanted it to be something unique, right? So that's why we're gonna call it K-Dog and Fish Pop Culture Collectibles. And we knew nobody was gonna get what K-Dog and Fish was,
Yeah.
but that was the fun part about it for us, right?
Yeah.
Also,
Like,
if you're trying to
Yeah.
Google Funko in Canada, you're gonna get us. And you're searching K-Dog and Fish. They're if we just called it Canada's Funko Emporium,
Canada's Pop Emporium.
like just something really stupid.
Yeah.
Or a pun play on the word pop somehow.
Yeah.
It just wasn't us. It wasn't our personalities. It was more like, this is the store everyone knows that or is going to know as we build the brand.
Yeah.
K-Dog and Fish is synonymous with Funko in Canada and not just be, Canada's Funko Pop store, like someone called. It was all about our personalities more than Funko.
So what we're saying is,
We're
it's all
egotistical.
about us because we
Yeah.
got huge egos, and then Funko.
There's a little bit
There's a little bit
of
of Funko over there, but let's talk about us.
How long you guys know each other?
48 years.
Yeah, we're first cousins.
We're first cousins.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah.
No
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't expect you to say
Yeah.
that. I thought you
We've
guys
known
were
each
just
other
buddies.
since birth.
I know we're the resemblance.
It's uncanny.
It's
That's
unbelievable.
cool. Oh, so you guys are
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you guys do
Yeah.
this full time? What you're doing? This the business, the YouTube channel. That's your full time thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Keeps us busy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
really
we've
cool.
Yeah.
We've been best friends for life. So we've always wanted to do something together. And like even back when we were both originally from Winnipeg. So for you guys, if I was doing this geographically, Grand Forks, North Dakota, like right there.
Yeah.
Like it's Winnipeg.
2
and
hours north.
just boom, Fargo, like that area.
Yeah.
Except Winnipeg is more like Compton.
Yeah.
Than it is Grand Forks.
Gotcha.
Grand Forks is really nice. Winnipeg's very stabby.
It's really stabby.
Stabby.
Sounds like
Where we
Baltimore.
grew up.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
just
our
like
mother
Baltimore.
lived
In the hood.
Yeah.
Right.
So when I was working radio in Winnipeg, he would come on. And this is 25 years ago.
Yeah.
He'd come on my show and we just completely off the cuff, like we're doing now on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we've been doing this for
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah, but we did it on national radio, and I can't believe you didn't get fired.
I'm shocked I didn't get fired.
Yeah.
What made
Good.
you get out of radio?
The money, to be honest.
Yeah. They don't pay.
They don't pay. Like the perks of being on radio are amazing. Like we were talking about the 25th anniversary of Phantom Menace. I actually got to see it 2 days before everyone was camped out for weeks.
Yeah, 'cause you
And
got a media pass.
I had a media pass. The station gave me the media pass to go see it.
Wow.
And I was able to bring a friend, and it was 2 days before there's no internet, there's the internet, but you couldn't buy movie tickets online at that time in 99. So people were camped out for weeks. And so it was a huge deal. So stuff like that, hosting, meeting, rock and roll people and hosting events. And like, there was a lot of perks in being in radio, but the pay was hot garbage.
Yeah.
So eventually I got out of it, but
Well,
So you got the free passes for the movie, but you couldn't afford the popcorn.
couldn't get the popcorn. Yeah.
You're just like, Spaff has got to give me a raise.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the most. And then I moved here for a radio job, and it was like the most embarrassing amount of money, at least money I've ever made in my entire life.
Yeah.
A full-time salary job.
Yeah.
And the other thing about radio is they expect you to do everything. So if you paid me for 4 hours to go do my show, that's one thing. But hey, Dippy, when you're done that, you're going to voice commercials.
Yeah.
For another 2 hours, you're going to write copy. At some point, we're going to have you producing commercials because we're down an editor.
Yeah.
Or go out and like set up for live remote events instead of being like the personality portion. They're having you do like, pay you this much to do 5 people's jobs. It was just not cool.
All
I
right.
like Westy. Get the Winnipeg conversation started.
All right.
Well, so,
Anyway.
K-Dog, what did you do before?
I did all kinds of stuff. I bartended for a long time.
Yeah.
I was in university for a long time. I was like the Bert Kreischer, you know.
You're Brooke, right?
You know,
Okay.
The Canadian Burt.
I was the
Kreischer.
Canadian Bert Kreischer. You know, it took 7 years to get a 3-year degree. You know?
That's pretty good. I
It's
mean,
pretty good though.
you guys are
Pretty.
the way that you guys interact is so natural and fun. Like just
because they're cousins.
well, I didn't know that, right? So I had no idea that you guys were cousins, but you guys work well off each other. Well, I said well too many times, but you guys do some really cool things together. It's interesting because I wondered a lot of these different things, but I was like, is this like stuff people already know? Am I going to look like an asshole for asking these questions? But that's cool. I don't know if people already knew. Is this stuff that you talk about on a regular basis? Do you guys actually
Not
talk?
really.
Do you talk about yourselves at all, like on your channel?
What's that? Sorry, I missed that.
No. Do you guys ever talk about yourselves and like what you like? I don't know. Like during our lives, we kind of go deep into like our stupid, past and stuff. Is that what you guys do as well?
When we go live, especially, so also every couple of weeks we go live on Instagram and do auctions that we call the virtual garage sale, and we just 4 hours live on Instagram. We are doing a lot of this.
Yeah.
And in between auctioning rare pops, we're making everyone laugh and telling stupid stories about our past. And I think that's where people get to know us.
Yeah.
Is the live stuff and not so much the YouTube shows, because again, B Money likes us to be on point for that topic and he's off editing it.
Yeah.
So the live stuff is where we get to know everyone.
Yeah. We have absolutely amazing following.
Oh yeah.
And we love just hanging out with them. And because we've been together for close to 50 years and we've done so much together, we have just endless stories. And they're all shenanigans. They're all
stupid.
They're all stupid. They're all inappropriate. But we have so many stories. They come out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, where did we even get here? Like you guys do it too, right? You're like, how did we get here?
All the time.
And then we forget like what the topic of the video even
Why
is.
did we start this conversation about?
It's always interesting to learn how people come together, how these things form up, how does it happen, what's the trajectory. That's what always interests me. And the other thing that's really odd to me is that Funko, for the most part, Funko YouTube channels don't connect a lot. I do see certain like little, I don't know, it's almost like cliques that you see in high school where you have these different channels that kind of connect with each other. And that's it. That's all you see. For a long time, Heather and I were trying to connect with all these different channels and do some fun things. And we
just
never,
a bunch in general.
we never really did much with it because I think we got so busy and just like what we've like with Mischief Toys as an example, right? We got so busy with that. Also, our content was so far removed from everything else that we were seeing.
It's hard to relate to other YouTubers sometimes because
with what we do.
Yeah, because there's so many people unwilling to say anything that could even possibly be taken as negative by Funko.
And that's kind of where you guys come in. When you reached out, I remember telling Heather, I was like, they are probably the most similar sort of channel to us than anybody else. Like, would you
That's
guys?
what we said about you guys.
Yeah.
You guys say it. Your feelings about things. You don't hide anything, and I think that's great. I think that this live, as an example, is a start of a new friendship, a start of a new line where we can get together, in the future, and we could do fun things together. We can come up with different ways do different things together. I think that's really fun. Not only is it fun from that perspective of people like people who like you guys, people who like us, it's like a mixed bag, but it's also getting kind of getting a feel of what's happening in Canada and also getting a feel of what happens here in the United States, right? We get sort of both sides, right? I think that's interesting because we focus a lot on what Funko does and we focus a lot on what happens here in the US, but we do not talk anything about what happens in Canada unless it makes big news. I think that's really cool that you guys are kind of living a different Funko lifestyle than we are, and we can sort of come together with it.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. It'd be great to be able to work with someone. We're like you. We don't do this with anybody, right? Because we don't have a connection with anybody,
Sure.
So, I mean, we have friends in the communities and this kind of stuff, but it's not that. Yeah, like our channels, like your channel, isn't for everybody, right?
Right.
So again, it's sort of like one of those things. It's
Tell
like
it like it is.
Yeah, it's like
with humor as well.
Yeah. So again, no, I completely agree. And like when you guys came on our auction on Friday, people were like, Gastlecast, like you guys have a following up here in Canada. Like people were like,
that's
cool.
awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
A lot of people, like our guys, the problem is tonight's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody was so mad that this was tonight because they're like, it's WrestleMania night.
We had a bunch of our followers who also love you guys were like, why did you do this on WrestleMania? We're like, we don't know wrestling.
Me neither. No. So
Right.
this is like on topic, off topic. So we went and saw Cradle of Filth perform at a concert a few months ago. I think it was
In
like
Baltimore.
November or December. And apparently it was football Sunday because I was wondering like why the crowd was so thin, and I was shocked by it because Cradle of Filth is huge. They're not a small band.
Yeah.
And there
You did it during a Ravens game?
I guess so.
It was something like that.
But that's something like, why would a metal band from where are they from?
UK.
From the UK fucking follow the Ravens from Maryland's schedule? Like, you wouldn't think about that. I don't know shit about wrestling. And before we came live, I saw that people were talking about like night 1 and night 2. And I was like, oh, fuck. It's tomorrow night 2. We're really doing this on night 2 of WrestleMania. I didn't realize there were so many wrestling fans. I remember for a while people were talking shit because it's like not real or whatever. Wrestling fans, well, they're not here, but I was gonna say don't
They're
hate
not
me.
here. No.
But they're not even watching. They're watching the WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's
Except for the body, I can see
The
he's
body's on.
He's probably simulcasting both right now.
Yeah. Darwin's on too. I thought it was only Saturday. I didn't know it was Saturday, Sunday. I thought WrestleMania was only one night.
Me
I thought
too.
it was always on the Sunday.
Oh,
I didn't know
Sunday?
it was 2 nights.
Oh, I thought it was just one night. I thought it'd be Saturday and they'll kill it on. It's great, and then it's like done. I don't know. All right.
Everything's more epic nowadays, isn't it? Everything has to be more and bigger and
like
larger.
2 nights. Like
I guess
Sprite and Coke.
Yeah. Sprite and Coke. But it's interesting the fact that bless you. It's interesting that you guys are sort of like on the same page as us. Like you don't care for anime, you don't care for wrestling, and we're in the same boat as you. It's such a weird thing that we're like sort of on the same page about all this stuff. But I think you guys are great, and I foresee your YouTube channel only growing and becoming bigger. I think that we should definitely team up a lot more in the future, especially when our camera blacks out like this. This is great, so you guys can't see. You see Elgato, but you don't see us.
I
That's
especially
fantastic.
Elgato, by the way, is Spanish for the cat.
Is it really? Great. Oh, look at that. My God, what a piece of shit this thing is.
It's the cat of camera.
Hey.
I especially want to team up now that I know that the word that I was looking for was shill, so I don't have to spend 30 fucking minutes looking for the definition of that word and half listening to a conversation. That would be nice. Maybe
When
they'll
you
maybe
get
they'll
something
forgive
in
me.
your head, you're like, I gotta
know what that
I
word
had-
is.
Oh my
Tonight, yeah.
god. We've heard it so many times, especially at the beginning of the NFT stuff. There was this one guy in particular. See, it's always like a select few, and you know the name because it pops up so often, and it's just negative. And negativity is just like, like you
Yeah.
remember it more than positivity, right? So he would always use the word shill with us,
Shit.
and I'm just like, shut the fuck up! Like we're telling you how we feel. Like if we change our minds on things, like it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
Right.
I'll respond to those people directly and I go, listen, we could completely be fake and dishonest and just tell you we love everything, but that's not who we are. So we're straightforward. We've always been, and I think people really appreciate this, and the people in the comments can that know us.
Mhm.
We're straightforward about the company too. Like we're straightforward about everything. If you ask us anything, we're going to tell you what's up. We're never going to bullshit anybody about anything. And I think that comes across on our content and how we run the company. Like one of the reasons we started the company is because there was no place in Canada dedicated to helping Funko collectors.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we were an hour from any mid city that's got stores for Funko.
Yeah.
So there was a hot topic.
Our town's only 16,000 people.
It's a small town where we are. It's massively populated in the summer with Toronto tourists, and it's cottage country. It's like the Catskills, or what else can I compare it to for them? The
Hampton.
the Hamptons. Yeah, that's actually probably
like high end shit.
it's high. Yeah, it's high.
It's cottage. It's
Cottage
cottage.
country for the
Okay.
rich Toronto.
Okay.
All the hockey players and everything are up here.
Saw Tom Hanks once.
Tom Hanks has a
He's a-
cottage up
yeah.
here. Yeah.
Just like all those type of
He
people.
doesn't come into the shop.
He doesn't know. He doesn't
No.
know.
Hey,
How dare he?
maybe you
He doesn't
guys.
slide into our DMs when he's in town.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You need to. The problem is you need to change your name to K Dog and Fish and Funko Pops, and then he'll pop it. See, if he
Then
thinks
he'll
it's
know
a
what it
pet
is, yeah.
store,
Oh,
then
yeah.
Not a pet store. It does, to be fair, it also says pop culture collectibles under on the actual store.
Yeah.
It says Hey Dog and Fish pop culture collectibles. I don't think we could have fucking fish food and dog.
But they see dog and they just like, I need a rawhide. Let's go in here.
It's just a dog,
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, sure. So
Anyway,
good.
where are we going?
No, I
we're going to segue into why do we have to wait 6 months to get the NFT redeemables?
Well, we were going to talk about that.
No, we don't have to talk about
but
Yeah.
no, you
I
guys.
was on something and I had a thought.
Oh, I threw you off on the rawhide.
Shit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, that's okay.
get back though.
Yeah.
No, you guys are awesome, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to hang with us tonight. I want to do more. I want to have another live. Maybe over the next couple of months we'll do this again. I think in between we should talk about some plans where we can do stuff together in terms of content. I think there's a lot of opportunities there. And do some fun stuff. You guys are awesome. Some of the real ones on YouTube when it comes to Funko stuff. One of the only channels Funko related that I actually like, because most of the time I don't really care for other YouTube channels that are talking Funko, because we talk about it all the time. So it has to have that special sauce, and you guys are funny.
Yeah.
And it's you guys are real, and I enjoy that a lot. I think you guys are cool. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's how we
Yeah.
feel about you guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, we're about
Oh, I remembered my thought.
I'm
Remember
getting
your
on-
thought?
we're
Our topic was an hour away.
we're
Gotcha.
getting on an airplane right now. We're coming there to have a foursome right now. That's
they're
what we're gonna
cousins.
do.
That's weird.
Oh, that is
Go.
weird. I gotta think about this.
All right.
But you
Let's
guys
get
are
a couple cocktails and then
you gotta,
Oh,
Right.
okay. Hold on.
What?
Hold on. While we're on the topic of family members.
Okay.
Okay. Do you guys know Nathan for
Where's
you?
the- Sorry. you just gotta
it's
Oh.
a show on Comedy Central. Oh, it's an old show from Comedy Central called
Nate.
Nathan for You.
Oh wait, I've heard of that show.
Okay. That show
Yeah,
is
yeah.
funny as hell. We were watching it
Okay.
the other day, and I don't even remember how it happened, but Nathan picked up this guy, and he talked about like him and his brother did things together but separate. But that what you just said reminded me of that. Remember those fucking crazy guys?
They were like doing a girl together.
Yeah.
They were brothers.
Yeah, it like blood brothers.
But,
It was
look,
crazy.
but Nathan For You came out in like 2012. It ran for 4
It
seasons.
is seriously
It
such
is-
a
it
funny
is,
show.
It is like the best show I've ever watched in my whole life. I highly recommend. It's on Paramount right now. I don't know why I'm not getting paid for this, but go on Paramount. It's amazing.
It's on Paramount?
Oh, it's
Yes.
on Paramount. It's oh my god.
It's so
it's called
funny.
It's called Nathan For You. It's
He's
fantastic.
very dry.
Very dry.
And that's what I
Right.
like.
Yes.
But
Oh,
he-
and he's from Canada.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, his
All
name
right,
is.
I'm in.
I know who that is.
Nathan Fielder.
Yeah, he's a stand-up comic. I actually worked with him.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I know exactly who you're talking about.
He's
Okay. All right.
hilarious.
All right, I'm in.
Yeah, he's hilarious. Okay, K-Dog and Fish. Question: do you think the Skeleton Ghastly plush is awesome or super awesome?
Super awesome.
Okay.
It launches
Go ahead.
at noon tomorrow, Eastern.
Oh my God, he remembered. I didn't remember shit.
He knows better than you.
Oh my God, I can't even sell my own product.
Get
That's
your
right.
Skeleton Ghastly plush with pin tomorrow.
Yeah, look at this guy.
Dude.
Jesus Christ.
I can't believe Fish
There's
knows
your
better than
promo
Gas.
right there.
Yeah, that's right. Fish
H-
knows better
H-
than
I
us.
thought it was
Dog
cool.
knows.
I'm not just being a shill.
You're not just being a shill.
I like it. It was cool.
Yeah, so tomorrow at 12 p.m.
There you go.
Eastern, the Ghastly, the pin, they'll both be available together as a combo pack. Get yours. Do not miss out on it. It's going to be a blast.
Killer.
Get it.
So are you leading up to sign off because it's been
Yeah.
2 hours?
What I
thought
was
so.
going to say is that Skeleton Ghastly has been sitting in our home for
months. For months.
This is something I'm
Waiting
so
too long.
I'm
Way
so
too long.
I'm so stoked that we're finally able to actually sell it.
It's actually
We had one sitting in our dining room, and
Yes.
I constantly look at it. And I always look at Heather. I go, when are we going to sell this thing?
yeah.
Why aren't we putting up for sale?
It's been in multiple videos and nobody has commented on it. So I don't know if because people catch stuff. People ask all the time. We have a perler bead Ghastly behind us that our friend Star made. And people ask, like, what is that all the time? Like, they think that we're just putting an Easter egg of, like, the next Ghastly in our background. And it's
You
like,
should.
no, this
That's
is
cool. You should do
You
that.
should
would-
Easter egg stuff.
I would love to, but I don't want to spoil our shit. But maybe one time we will.
Yeah, Heather's not. She's totally against spoiling.
I
I like to hide secret and do weird things.
yeah.
But Heather is like really against it.
So I like to leave stuff to the imagination. You know what I mean?
Right.
But before we do sign off, number one, I'd
The
like
lady
to
talks
say,
about tickling things.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave the
Oh,
leave
for
some
Christ's
to the
sake,
imagination.
with
Leave
the
it all to
camera.
the
All
imagination.
right. Yeah.
Oh, this camera. Oh, keeps going off. Go ahead.
okay, so before we sign off, I would like to tell our audience to, if you have not, please go subscribe to K-Dog and Fish, especially if you like the Gastlecast and you like people who aren't shills and they keep it real. But I also wanted to ask Fish, would you be able to do a movie mashup before we go?
Oh shit!
Oh, you're getting a movie
Off the
mashup.
top of
Off the
my
top
head?
movie
Off the
mashup?
top of your head.
Oh,
You got a hat on the top of your head right now, but I was hoping that we
He
could
does,
do a
actually.
mashup
Yeah.
off the top of
doing
your
a
head.
movie matchup. Oh man! All right, you guys talk amongst yourselves for 1 minute. Let me think of one.
You gonna be able to pull this off?
Yeah,
What-
I'll
what's
think
that?
of one.
We got one. We got some over there, don't we?
No, those are your mama jokes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, your mama-
I do
Yeah.
like your mama jokes too, and I like pickup lines.
Yeah,
You know,
Okay, you guys talk for a second. I'm gonna just come
Okay.
up with a plot, and
Okay.
I have one in mind.
so I will tell you then, and K Dog, Fish,
Yeah.
don't listen because I don't want to interrupt the process.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a huge process.
My
this is like a hamster wheel.
my favorite pickup line of all time. And if someone came up to me and they didn't hear this on the Gastlecast,
Oh, we better have
Yeah.
video. If we're gonna do this.
If someone came up to me, they can't do it from this point on. But since we have been married up until this point when I'm confessing this,
Sure.
if someone had come up to me and used this line on me, I would have taken them up on the offer and handed you divorce papers because I find it that funny. And I really, it's going
You're
to
saying if it happens after you now
No. If
You're
it
saying
happened,
before
if
this.
it happened between the time we got married and now when I'm admitting this, so they if they said it to me right now,
if
that
this
would be
is stupid,
cheating.
I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Well, my point, what I'm trying to say is you're going to find it very fucking stupid.
Okay, here we
I
go.
already know it.
I can't wait to hear this.
But my favorite pickup line that I've ever heard was,
This is going to be embarrassing.
"Do you work at Subway? 'Cause you just made me a foot long."
That's pretty good.
Get it? They're talking about boners.
That's
Oh my
pretty,
God, Heather.
pretty good.
An all-time low for both K-Dog and Fish and Gas. Okay, how'd you bring back down both channels? We lost views and subscribers. How'd that happen? Where'd all of our likes go?
Right.
So tomorrow the
I got
plushie
one.
is dropping. Is there already a figure? The figure dropped already. Yes.
Like
like
last
a
year or the
couple
year
years
before?
ago, I think.
2022.
And this plush,
Oh,
it
you
will be
piece
yep.
of shit camera.
Hey. But this plush will be dropping tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern with a pin. And my
On
camera sucks.
MischiefToys.com. You know, Mark, oh my goodness. Mark Bates.
Oh, the stupid camera. I'm getting so aggravated.
Mark Bates, MVP.
Mhm.
When earlier, the camera just would not cooperate. It's still not cooperating. But he gave us a super chat for a whole $5.
What a guy.
So that we can put that towards our new camera. Thank you very much, Mark. I thanked
Thank
him in
you.
the chat, but I wanted to say something.
It's not a camera issue. I
verbally.
think it must be a cable issue.
I think
don't
it's
know
the
what
Elgato.
Hold on,
And
I'm going to try something.
no, don't try.
No, let me just try to see if I can fix it. Hold on. Hang tight.
I'm gonna fist fight him one of these days on the channel.
I would love to see
And
it.
none of you better tell on me.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Wait.
Now we got nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing now. What did you do?
Hold on.
Maybe the best way to fix anything is you unplug it and you plug it back in.
Yeah, that's what
That is-
Yeah.
That's my go-to.
Yeah,
Oh goodness, Chris.
that's how you
what?
fix everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. My oh my god, that's like my biggest pet peeve is when I call like a help desk for like my phone, for example. Oh, well, did you turn it off and turn it back on? Yes, motherfucker. Why do you think I'm calling you?
Okay.
But I see why they do that, because listen,
It does work.
it does sometimes, but my grandmother, was it last week I think it was, she called me panicking and she said, "Heather, my computer will not turn on. I press the button like I do every morning and it won't come on, like it won't even light up." And the first thing I asked was, and I annoyed myself by doing this,
Uh-oh.
I said, Mom, is your computer plugged in?" And she said, "Yes. All of the cables behind it are plugged in." And I said, I wanted to believe her, but I didn't believe her. But she swore like both her and Pop checked all the cables. So later that day, she called me like 3 times this day. She was like so freaked out about her computer not working. And I was like, it was to the point where I was going to just be like, Mom, I'll just buy you a new computer. It's not a big deal. Like, she doesn't need anything super fancy. She just checks her AOL email every day.
Right.
Right? And her Facebook, to very disappointing posts from me. The other day, I dropped a piece of rice on our table and it was in the shape of a penis. So my grandmother is seeing that as well. But
If this
most
story
importantly-
doesn't end soon, I'm jumping out the fucking window.
Oh God, that's what I've been waiting for.
Where's the end of
Please
this
do.
story, Heather? I
Please
need
do.
to know.
Somebody use that pickup line I shared on me. So
Oh, the camera went again.
Oh, there goes the camera again. Who
So-
expected that?
so
The
you know,
camera died over Heather's story.
The camera's bored of my bullshit. So I went over because we were going to bingo, by the way.
Oh, Jesus
it's so much fun.
Christ.
It's a new hobby of mine. I've taken up bingo. I'll talk about that later.
No, we're not talking about that later.
No,
What do you mean?
On a later live. I can't hold K-Dog and Fish up anymore. But I went over to her house, and after bingo, I walked in, and I was like, I'm going to figure out your computer issue. Guess what? It was fucking unplugged. It was unplugged. So you have to ask these questions. Have you unplugged it and you plugged it back in? Her fucking computer was unplugged.
Yeah, this is so sad.
I know. But my point is,
The whole story is embarrassing. Can we
Yeah.
keep moving?
you find out I play bingo. You find out my grandmother didn't realize that her computer was unplugged.
This is horrible. Why are we ending the video like this?
No, we're ending the video with Fish.
This better end well. Fish, you
Fish.
better be bringing something good, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it better be the
This has got to be good because our camera's dying and Heather's telling shitty stories. Please save us. What do you got?
Honestly, I usually put a lot more effort in trying to stump people and make them really hard. This I had to do on the fly, so it's probably an easy one. But
All right, well, explain the rules.
all right, for anyone who has never played Movie Mashup with us, we do it on our 4 o'clock live show, and it's a fun game where we're gonna say a plot to a movie. This plot doesn't exist, but it does describe 2 real movies where the titles merge or mash together. So the last word of the first title will sound exactly like or merge or mash into the first word of the second title. So listen to the plot carefully. And if you get one, keep in mind that will help you figure out the other one because it has to be the same word that you can kind of figure out that mashup.
Do I give an example? Give
Yeah.
an example of
a mashup
of an answer.
All right. Rain Man on Fire. So Rain Man, the Tom Cruise, Dustin Hoffman movie, and Man on Fire is a movie where Denzel Washington was a bodyguard to a little girl, whatever. So that would be a perfect example of a mashup where a guy finds out he has an autistic brother and they're on the road to Vegas when they encounter a Secret Service agent protecting a young girl from hijackers.
Gotcha.
That's basically the movie mashup game. Yeah.
Can you?
The correct answer. Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. I'm very discouraged right now because I've seen like 5 whole movies.
No, this isn't for you. This is for your audience. That will get the mashup game.
No,
You have to
but
really know
I
your movie.
need to.
You got to really know movies in order, and we are huge movie buffs, nerds. So the mashup game is the reason why we actually started the mashup game is we were doing like movie trivia.
Yeah.
And it was our fans were just like, who's the quickest at Googling the answer?
Okay.
And that it just wasn't fun because it was they were just literally putting the question into Google and who could do it quicker.
Yeah.
The movie mashup game actually makes you think about movies and know movies to put the pieces together.
Yeah.
It's not a piece of trivia you can Google.
Yeah.
I like that.
So there's a running joke. Was it Boy who said that? There's a running joke where the answer is never taken face off.
Right.
He took the movie Taken, the Liam Neeson movie, and then the John Travolta movie Face Off, Nicolas Cage, and he just said Taken Face Off, and everyone started laughing because that's not an actual mashup because you'd have to have a movie called Taken Face.
Yeah.
And then Face Off, Taken Face Off. That doesn't, it's not an actual mashup. You just put 2 fucking movie titles together.
You have people commenting that in the comment section right now.
All the time.
And that joke's 3 years, going 3 years. 3 years strong. Yeah.
Never Taken Face Off.
Yeah. All right.
Hey,
yeah, come on.
movie mashup.
You're losing the audience, man. You're losing.
I was into the bingo story.
I think you were into the rice that looked like penises.
Let's go. Oh, the penis rice.
Yeah.
I actually tried to order that on Amazon.
Heather, you need to send them pictures so they can see it. It's dick and balls.
It really is. It felt just
I need
like
dick
it.
and ball rice pics.
It's unbelievable.
Is that considered nudes? Will Instagram ban me?
All right, here we go.
Get online. It's called Rice and Dongs.
Yeah.
Rice and dogs.
All right.
Rice. I was trying to come up with a pilaf joke.
Yeah.
Rice peel off my balls and taint. Okay. All right. Movie mashup. Here we go. You got to know your movies. You guys will have to judge the comments because I can't actually see them on our monitor. I have the comments open on my phone. And while I'm doing that, I just want to shout out everyone from the K-Dog and Fish community who's been commenting, and you've been saying hi and stuff, and we can't really see it, so we just want to thank everyone who came on.
Yeah.
From the K-Dog and Fish community, and if you don't already, you probably do subscribe to Gastlecast while you're here. Okay,
Yeah.
Here we go. Movie mashup.
All right.
Oh, two slackers are trying to promote their cable access TV show when the zombie apocalypse happens, and they seem a lot faster than they normally are.
Mm-hmm.
Two slackers are trying to promote their cable access TV show when the zombie apocalypse breaks out with these hyper fast, super speedy zombies. I can't sort of see see who can come up with the movie mashup first.
Yeah, that's it.
Really? Oh, there we go. Now I can see it. It's not Darwin. I didn't describe Field of Dream Girls. Although
Timmy Minaj, I think he got it. We got the same one.
that is correct. It is Wayne's World War Z. That is correct.
Can you see
Heather,
it?
Above. There you go. You can't see it.
I don't think you
focus
can see it.
No.
I don't think it's the focus. I use pink.
Well, it's because your fingers are in
Oh,
the
you need
way.
a Sharpie. Your
That's-
nails are
it's
well
al-
done.
Yeah, and it's also
Thank
because our
you.
camera sucks. Also.
Oh, there we go.
That's something
Wayne's
to look at.
World
there.
War Z.
Yeah,
That
there
is
you go.
correct.
Yep.
Wow.
Easy one, but yeah, Wayne's World
That's
War
so
Z.
cool.
It's the correct movie mashup.
I got to tell you
I can't
something.
believe I got
Yeah.
it.
The 5 movies that Heather saw.
That was one of
That
them.
was
That
two
you
of them.
just happened to grab 2 of the films that she's ever watched.
She's a sucker for comedies and Brad Pitt.
Yeah, there you go.
So
Yeah.
I couldn't find a better way to end our video, but with doing that fun little game, Heather. And
Wasn't
you
it great?
won. And you won. Who would have ever thought, Heather?
Great
You
job.
an unwatcher of film.
Yeah, I don't think I watched Star Wars until like 2012 or 2013.
Wow.
Like ever.
Wow.
but now you're in.
I'm in.
Wow.
I'm in. So you guys mentioned 2 films that both Chris and I are in love with: Superbad and Step Brothers.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. That's probably my top 2 comedies of
Yeah,
all time.
they're amazing.
I don't know what happened, but like we're the same.
Did we just become best friends?
They're like no, exactly.
Yep.
But it's like
Do you want to go to
they're
the garage and do karate?
oh yeah.
Yep.
They-
soon we might put balls on your drum set. I don't know.
I forgot to
Whoa.
ask. Do you like guacamole?
I was Miroki from Superbad, the Asian guy with the cat
Yes.
apron in
Maroki.
Yeah.
Yes, that's his
Yeah.
name. I had to Google that because I could not, like, I couldn't catch it because it's so fast. And I was like, what the fuck is he saying?
Maroki.
Yeah.
Yes. I was
We
him
used to
for
call
Halloween
him
one year.
For a while.
Yeah. We quote Superbad every day.
Daily.
I did it
Daily.
earlier today because so I went to a restaurant and I went to just pick up. They have peach cobbler right now, and I love peach cobbler. Is like my favorite thing in the whole world. It's like just the best.
Pretty good.
And Chris fucking stayed in the car while I went in by myself,
Oh, right.
like Steven Glansberg.
Yeah, like Steven Glansberg. She goes, I guess I wanted to go in on my own, like Steven Glansberg.
And another
Oh,
favorite, Role Models.
Oh, I
That's
love
actually
Role Models.
really funny.
That's an underrated movie.
It's
Love
You're
so
right.
good.
You're Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
I don't
That
drink
kid was
juice.
Hilarious. That
Biatch.
kid was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Also, anytime Fish and I are at a restaurant and we're running late and we gotta leave, we always ask for 13 road beers to go.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Can I get 13 road beers to go, please?
It doesn't matter. Every single time.
Wow, look, we've said everything. I think we've had a really good time here.
Can we
I
just
think we're going to do
can
it
we
again.
keep going and
very
like
soon.
call out of work tomorrow?
I know. We're going to do it again for sure, though. You guys are awesome. It's interesting that we met a channel that is a mirror image of us, but also comes up with cool movie games.
Yeah, we don't do that.
I think that's why we became fans of you guys. Like, he got me onto the channel, and we were like, these things think like we do and joke around and go offside. The Funko community as a whole, Canada or US, is missing being for adults, like being for grown-ups who can make dick jokes and still compliment stuff about collecting.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't something offside that was available, and you guys
Right.
killed it. And that's why we watch your stuff too, because it's just, it appeals to our sense of humor.
We should collab on a Sirius XM show once a week. I'll
Let's
call
go.
him tomorrow.
Let's do it.
Please
Let's
do.
go.
Tomorrow.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Well,
They'll answer just like Funko.
the thing that we found out here is that we all love each other a lot, and
Yeah.
sometimes
Damn.
it gets weird because there are cousins involved. Wow.
This
what-
live isn't horseshit.
Exactly. Thank
think
you,
it's not
Heather.
stand-up, but
This
it's not.
live is not horseshit. That's right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Our camera just keeps
Oh,
going
yes.
out. It doesn't even matter anymore. Look, we're Elgato now. That's what's happened.
Yeah. It's Elgato.
El-
We're
Elgato.
Elgato. Fuck it.
This
We're-
isn't Gastlecast.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
We'd like to thank Elgato.
Right.
Yeah,
we like
thank
to
you for
thank Elgato
sponsoring.
for this live.
Yeah.
But thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
Elgato, for ruining this.
Thank
live.
you, everybody, for joining us tonight, and make sure you go and subscribe to K-Dog and Fish if you haven't already. Subscribe to Gastlecast if you haven't already, because you might be fans of K-Dog and Fish. You'll get a
And-
little bit of both worlds. It'll be fun.
If you are a wrestling fan and you caught that little part where I was talking shit about wrestling, subscribe anyway, because we're great, I promise.
Oh my God, Heather! Wow, look at that.
We will
Unbelievable.
do this again, and we'll do it not on a major wrestling event or other major sporting event night.
I think we
Right.
should do it during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's
No. We are both massive NFL fans,
I love
and
football.
that is a hard no.
Yeah.
But
a big
anytime I'll do the Super Bowl.
A big shout out to Anna Reyes and Christina Payne and the rest of the mods for sharing all the things. We really appreciate you
Great
guys.
moderator.
Yeah, great moderator. Oh man, they kill it.
Yeah.
Heather, what do you have? You're touching my leg.
Nothing.
Oh, you're good?
Yeah.
Okay, Heather's good.
I thought I had something, but I don't.
Mischief Toys drop tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss out. And tomorrow's drop is it on Ghastly's tab or merch tab.
This is not merch. This is Ghastly.
Boom. There you go, Justin McKenzie. Your answer's here. Done.
Yeah.
Done.
He's
Done.
Ghastly.
Done.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
Thank
Be
you,
safe
K-Dog and
during
Fish.
the eclipse.
Oh yeah, tomorrow's the eclipse.
Be safe during the eclipse tomorrow.
Yeah,
Hopefully
get your
we don't
glasses.
die. Yeah.
I heard the
I'm
internet's
just
going to go
stare
out
at
and
it
the world
for
might
20
end.
seconds and call it quits.
Be careful, guys.
I'm just going to go to sleep because it's nighttime.
Thank you, everybody. Be good
During
to
the
each other
eclipse.
this week. We love you all. We'll see you next Sunday when we're back live. Look out for a new video every single day. And check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Gastlecast. We'll be live with our patrons this upcoming Saturday. April the 13th, doing our May the 4th giveaway, doing all sorts of Star Wars stuff. We also have some Mischief Toys stuff to give away, and we're going to show you Mortem, the brand new Mischief Toys character, in toy form. You're not going to want to miss out. If you're a patron, join up, come and hang out. Patreon.com/Gastlecast. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, K-Dog and Fish. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Love you.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks.